everything you got. Defense, hit him with that Cosa Nostra. Quan Alexander, this dance, shake both sides. 49er Empire, 49er Empire. This is for the fan base, die hard, set by. Stand up, 4-9 to the heart, baby. Pull on back in Candlestick Park.
Ooh la la. Ooh la 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 la. I'm still singing from yesterday. Niners! Apparently, we're not going to lose 2 games in a row this year, as you can see. And the 49ers, this is why I'm almost assured that we're not going to lose to both the Jacks. I don't know why. We're not going to lose to the Ravens and the Saints. Ain't no way. Jerry, according to the GOAT, we're not going to lose either game. We're going to win them all. I like that kind of thinking. We got some problems, though, as they continue to mount. Now, D. Ford, it seems D. Ford left the game, as you know, with a hamstring strain and did not return. And there is that possibility the injury could be a multi-week concern. Shanahan told reporters, quote, anytime you have a hamstring strain, there's a concern it could be a couple of weeks, unquote. You and I both know hamstrings are never just a couple of weeks. They seem to go on and on. Shanahan didn't rule out the possibility the 49ers might make a move to help fill in during Ford's potential absence, but the team more likely to turn to someone already in the building. Ain't that the truth? Bringing in the Polynesian hitman, Jeremiah Valoaga. And you know what? I don't know. This is today's conference. So Shanahan's talking about bringing up in somebody to back up. Demontre Moore who's already came in to do that job. It's obviously Valoaga. Gotta be, right? I would love to see him in real-time action. You know, he was awesome in preseason. Bring him in. And Shanahan also said, we've got guys who can play inside, guys who can play outside, but it's one of the guys that you guys have. See that? Right there. I know that's who he's talking about. Look for that to be mentioned. He's probably already got him up there. He's got to mention it. He didn't say anything today, though. Maybe they'll do it tomorrow or something, right? Because he's got to get in a week's worth of practice. The team's off today, tomorrow. All right, so I got to figure you're going to hear that name. I said it. I just want to say it. On Monday night, I said it, right? He says, it's one of the guys that you guys have seen already. George Kittle missed his second consecutive game after sustaining that knee and ankle injury during the 49ers and Cardinals' first matchup in Week 9, as you know. And we're all thinking, he's coming back from Green Bay, right? GK is in a situation comparable to previous weeks. Still, Shanahan has hope for Kittle's availability on Sunday night against that same Green Bay Packers team that think they're going to come into town and do anything but get an ass whooping. The coach didn't want to share too much about Kittle's injury, though. Shanahan explains, quote, I know it was enough to keep most people out sometime, which is it has for George. He's missed 2 games now, and I know it will go down to the wire again this week. But I'm holding out hope that this week will be different. Unquote. They probably had to make George probably wanted to play this past week, and they probably would let him do it. Because as I said, George doesn't care about pain. Dude's the manly man, you know what I mean? Then you have the potential return of Jalen Hurd. That back is still a problem. Shanahan isn't optimistic any longer about Jalen Hurd. It seems now, however, that if Jay Hurd will play in a regular season game all this season, fam. So it's not good news on Jalen. Shanahan said about Mrs. Hurd's baby boy is I don't know if we 100% into the possibility of getting him back, but it has not been looking good. So that kind of sight out of mind for me right now, and we might have more of an answer on that later in this week. Just to finalize that, I don't think we have officially yet. Unquote. And fam, I tell you what, if I had to bet on this situation, which would be terrible, he's not coming back. Shannon's just trying to keep the fans up because he knows how many of us want to see Jalen Hurd back on the field. So I'm pretty sure we're going to have to wait till next season and make sure he's fully healed up. Shanahan did sound more optimistic about the potential returns of cornerback Jason Verrett. But then again, you know what I'm saying? Jason Verrett, I'm telling you, the bus that came and left, bruh. E-Man Mosley's looking like a bad man. And you already know, and you ain't going to take Spoon out. I don't know what's happening with this. But anyway, he has his potential return. And also to Contavious Street is possible. Both of them are also on injured reserve. Of course, their return would be dependent on roster needs at this point now. Shanahan also said, quote, those are guys that are working their hardest to get back. If we definitely had an injury at a certain spot, we would probably make that decision sooner than later. But they're guys, regardless, even if those injuries don't happen, they're guys who we want to get back out there practicing. Guys that have worked to get back, and we think will be healthy enough to, and we'll see if need be because of injuries. But if not, I'd like to give them a chance to at least get back out on the practice field. See, because the guys that are getting it done are getting it done. Sloppy, late in the season style football where guys are out there playing injured. And this is the war of attrition time when it really gets down and defined, down and dirty. Dudes in the trenches, mud all over the face, rifles sitting up on top of the foxhole, and ain't had no sleep in days, but they're still battling. Debo Samuel. Oh, he's got a shoulder thing going on, it seems. K'Wan Williams got a stinger. You saw him leave the field with one arm hanging Sunday's game, but they did return. Shanahan says Williams should be fine, but the team will see how Samuel is feeling this week. So, yeah. We got some report cards out tonight, fam. Even though at this point we got to be lightweight on the report cards. We can't be too hard on them, man. This is week 11. We're closing down. We're going down the final stretch of the season. 49ers are heading into the toughest part of the schedule. 49ers versus Cardinals game. And here's the thing, fam. The 49ers versus Cardinals game may be normal between big division rivals. So as a fan base, Niner fans aren't supposed to overreact to stumbling victories or losses when facing one of the NFC West teams. I know, man, because I was as mad as you was, man. I said, come on, man. We ain't got no business wrestling around with this team. But the Cardinals are not weak. That record is not indicative of their prowess. That team is a lot better than what their record says. They've lost some heartbreaking games. I think they've lost one game where they actually got beat. That theory isn't making any of us feel any better, though, right? So we should be grateful. It's Monday night, though, Raw. This is a segment there's no holds barred in Monday Night Raw's matchups, meaning you on the phone. So you go ahead and tear up whoever you want to. I know Jimmy G's on the platter. There's several other players. I ain't gonna give nobody no lead way into who I don't, because I'm neutral on this. All right. So we'll hand out the grades. But let me run down quickly. Rushing offense. The 49ers were having such little success that Coach Shanahan scrapped the running game altogether in the second half. As you know, Shanahan's quoted as saying, I think that was the first time I consciously got away from it in the second half just because it didn't look like it was going well. Duh. Good Lord, Kyle, we weren't moving the ball at all. He says, I think they were playing really well up front. We weren't creating a ton of lanes. None. Matt Brady was sidelined with an ankle injury. T. Coleman had just 14 yards rushing on 12 attempts. You do the math. That's got to be Coleman's worst game of his life. Raheem the Dream, no dream. Mostert had 13 yards on 6 carries. Boy, they shut that run down. And it's going to be a trend we need to get used to. Teams say, oh, y'all ain't going to do no running up in here. You going to beat us, it's going to be Jimmy G. But see, that's where George Kittle comes back. It takes all that action out immediately. Because now George, who's effective both in the run and the pass, takes all their little hopes and dreams and throws them in the garbage. The only good thing that can be said about the 49ers running game is they did not fumble. Now, Matt Maiocco, he gave him a D-. That was a generous grade. That was a fail, fam. That was an all-out big F. 49ers could not run a little bit. Passing offense, it was not without some drama, though, of course, as people have pointed out over and over and over and over. But Jimmy G got the job done with a career-high 424 passing yards, including the game-winning 25-yarder. Jeff Wilson come roaring down through there into the end zone in the closing minute. G completed 45 passes with 4 TDs and 2 INTs. His passer rating was 115.4. He got into the same realm with Montana Young, as one of only three 49er quarterbacks that have met 400 yards and 4 TDs in one game, but still, people want to talk about them INTs. I got to pick on the INT folks. Hey, both of his INTs came in deep in Arizona territory in the second half. Now, that is annoying. If you're going to have an INT, no. You know what? That is a good thing, actually. Get it down there deep in their area so it's harder to bring that ball back. And they looked to be costly. Then he drove the 49ers 65 yards in 8 plays for the go-ahead touchdown because the 49ers got, you know what? Hey, somebody called in yesterday, as I remember, if I'm not mistaken, and they said, Jimmy G. He said, yeah. Jimmy G was responsible for all 26 of Cards points due to those INTs. What? See, this is what I'm talking about. He throws an INT and it gets exaggerated. That is so not right. Here's what happened. Wrong, the Cards rolled up at 3 points due to the INTs on one of them. And the other one, the defense throwed the Cardinals back on the side of the field. Sit your butt down. And after the 49ers came back and got that 65-yard drive. So the INTs were definitely uncalled for. They were unnecessary. Jimmy needs to watch out. But they did not roll up no 20-0 points. All right. Anyway, where was I? Okay. Deebo Samuel had 8 catches for 134 yards. Tight end Ross Dwelly had 4 receptions for 14 yards and 2 TDs. Matt Mayoko said A- on that passing game. And Matt, stop it, man. That was an A+. I ain't lying. No, he's right. A- because the INTs, you'd have to give a minus on it. All right. Rushing defense, the 49ers had a difficult time slowing Kyler Murray's roll as he gained 67 yards on just 8 running attempts. And when he was not keeping the ball to himself, he was giving it to Kenyon Drake, who also had 67 yards on 16 carries. I got many excuses, right? You can come up with them all day. Yeah, but we didn't have DJ Jones. Jones makes a lot of difference in the run game. But you know, DJ Jones was there the week before last, too, though. So you know what? They're going to run on you because of the fact that Kyler Murray makes everything move in ways that it would be inconvenient for us to do what we like to do. He took the pass rush completely out of that game, too. But you know what? It was actually up to Fred Warner and Dre Greenlaw, who led the team in tackles with 12 and 10 tackles. But they can't do it by themselves. They've got to come too far. If the front line has to make those stops. Matt Mayoko said a C- on that. I gave him a D+. I'm sick of that. Stop the damn run, Niners. Passing defense, Murray had a decent day, completed 24 of 33 passes, but for only 150 yards with 2 TDs and no INTs. But the 49ers also forced 2 fumbles in the passing game. Demontre Moore's return included a huge forced fumble in the closing minute. Kroski T recovered it, followed by DJ Reed scooping that rock up and returning for 4 yards for a touchdown on the final play of the game, which had every Vegas house in Vegas said, oh, good, no. Pay, Vegas. Pay that money, baby. But Jones, man, Reed took that ball in the final play of the game. Is it to put an exclamation point on it? To follow a sentence that would have to read, damn, now we all get up out of here and go home. And the game was not supposed to be that hard. Guys, this week's Bag 'em and Tag 'em crew included Deke Ford, DeForest Buckner, Jimmy Ward. They're all credited with sacks. But then there was that problem with fam, Sherm. It's like somebody said yesterday, man, Sherm got to realize, man, the Legion of Boom days is over. He can't get away. Refs are calling that stuff now. Richard Sherman struggled in coverage against Christian Kirk, proving that he is actually human. Sherman was called for three PIs. Oh, my God. 3! 72 yards of penalty. Matt Mayoko said a B. I said good. I don't know, man. I'm going to give him a C+ because of Rich. Special teams, the 49ers held their own on special teams. Still brand new kicker Chase McLaughlin, filling in for injured Robbie Gould, made 3 extra points and 43 field goal attempts. Mitch, hey, we got to thank him for that. Mitch, the Wish, averaged 50.5 yards net on 2 points. Richie James averaged 4 yards on 2 punts and 23.3 yards on 3 kicks off. But his big contribution, by the way, that was a grade B. Matt's right. Richie made his contribution in this game with that that catalyst, that explosion. He looked like a huge spark plug, getting that big 49er red and gold machine started. Oh, Richie, man, I can't. Ooh, everybody woke up. Whoa, where are we? Hey, we're in the middle of a game. Let's go. Overall, considering how this game started, we can feel fortunate to have escaped with this victory as we maintain a one-game lead in the division over them nasty, smelly Hawks, who were what is the Hawks? Y'all in here today? Hawks fans were so rude. That's not even so much as a goodbye in the closing couple of minutes of that game yesterday. After coming over here, man, y'all didn't even bring no popcorn, man. Y'all gonna check out early before we can get at you. All right, that's all right. And when I bounced back on a short week to deal with the Cardinals team, who was very confident they could win, and they nearly did. Despite some scary moments for Jimmy G, he rallied the team with a game-winning drive late in regulation. The defensive performance was not dominant, but the 49ers made the plays necessary to win for the ninth time in 10 games. Matt Mayoko says B, I say an A-, just for coming back and the resiliency the 49ers showed in this game. The refuse to lose attitude. A B is not enough. I got an A-, A-, amen to the A-. Fam, let's look at some footage real quick before we get to the phones. Get Justin's video up here. Boy, that KB. Ooh-wee. Hey. Hey, Hector. What a rush. Now it's on to Green Bay. Boy, and they got a quarterback that's going to stand still. Aaron, man, you come on down here, man. And then Ryan Watkins, thank you for you're right. Singing, ooh la la, ooh la 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 la, ooh la la. Oh, it's Daniel Andre's birthday. Happy birthday, Daniel. Happy Niners birthday to Daniel. Happy Niners! Birthday, Daniel. And may you, this time next year, be talking about, well, we got the defending Super Bowl champion. We're backing up this year, and I'm feeling pretty good about that. Omar Roman says Niners look good. Jimmy G saves the day. 426 yards passing. They need to play Wilson a lot more. And Kyle had some things to say about that. We'll talk about that a little later. Do-ho. See, because sometimes y'all be putting names up they catch me. I see the word ho, and I should have thought about, don't be careful here. Do-ho. Okay, it ain't no nothing else. Okay. Packers run a similar offense, so Niners D should be able to stop them. That's a good point. That's a very good point. I don't know. They may orchestrate a couple little spins here and there, but pretty much we should know that. Wing Chud, but of course they know our D offense too, though. Wing Chud says all these sports talks, this is the Niners, saying the Ravens are the best in the NFL, and the Packers and Saints are best in the NFC. The Niners have motivation to destroy both teams. I'm listening to it. And Mike Florio, you got to be careful, man. Don't watch Mike Florio unless you want to hurt somebody. And if you have a dog or cat or pet, don't put him in there with you. Mike Florio says, so the 49ers will have their most difficult stretch of their schedule this season. I'm thinking maybe possibly we could be looking at 9-4 for the 49ers coming up in the weeks ahead. Mike, you know what? Them teams we playing need to watch out who's coming in. Ray Jr. said, I love the way Jimmy put the team on his back and won the game for us. And also, Ray Jr. is so right. And Florida's also saying, the 49ers could, do some of the analytics. So they're paying attention to the analytics. The 49ers could get out of that contract because they had it written up that way. They could get out of that contract and go and see if they can find somebody who can get the job done. Mike, what are you talking? Wing says, he says, Ronbo was busy eating Packer cheese and finishing fried Cardinals from yesterday. And JJ says, Ronbo's always late. Put down that backwood. You know, JJ, I got to do one before I get started. You know what I'm saying? I got late. Never mind. Benny Blanco. He said, Benny Blanco from the Bronx. All right, Benny. He says, what are your expectations now? Is a playoff win considered a good season? Yeah, it is. You know, here's what a lot of idiots in the NFL, the dailies, sites, and networks don't understand. Once they get back just a couple of plays, you know what? All I need on offense is Kittle to get the run game going. And all I need for Kittle is to get the receiving game. All I need, and I don't know how long it's going to take him to heal up, you just give me back. And Debo's plan, give me the E-Man. I got 3 weapons out there. And I'm telling you right now, Kendrick Bourne is starting to make me think, oh, hell. You know what? He's finally starting to step up. I need one more game in a row like that from Kendrick. I'm done dissing him. Done. I wouldn't diss him anyway. But that boy around the red zone, look out. Oh, look out. Daniel SF49 fan 5249 says, I have all the confidence Jimmy will continue to develop and get better. And that's the key right there. Let him grow. He's had 17 games in his career. Going to take some time, and we need to get Kittle back. Amen. This offseason needs to address the O-line interior and wide receiver depth. School and Brunskill are pretty good, but need some inside depth at C and G. You know, your school and Brunskill and school, them dudes are getting a lot of work in. This is going to have a direct effect on the draft because now the 49ers know the need for edge is not as serious as maybe the interior because we haven't had any injuries in the interior, and we don't know what that would look like. Right? If we brought in somebody new. Phil.
Bravo.
Yes. I'm glad you stopped me. Phil, give me some grades, Phil. I mean, looking down at what happened today and anything else you want to add in.
Hey, you know what? Matt Mayoka doesn't know what he's talking about. I've watched
You
more
straighten
football
him out.
than he's watched in his lifetime. You know what? We're 9-1.
Yes.
A win in the NFL is a win.
Especially this late in the season. Good Lord, it's rough out there.
Especially as beat up as we are.
Yes. Yes.
I mean, come on. And, you know, when teams are playing 8 in the box, they're trying to shut down our running game because they're trying to force Jimmy to beat him on the throwing.
Mm-hmm.
Now, of course your running game's not going to be that good. All right?
Shut it all the way
Give me
down.
a freaking break. But the short passing game is open.
I like
That's what Shanahan did, you know? And I get so frustrated with these
critics.
Pontificators.
I call them critics. I don't even call them analysis or analyzers anymore. They're critics. And
They're
more,
pontificators. They're idiots.
But that too.
But you know what? I think Kittle's going to probably be back. I can't see Kittle staying out 3 games.
Right?
Just can't.
Because there's no point. This is what he does. Yeah.
And I think Emmanuel's going to come back. We're going to have Debo. We're going to be fine for the Green Bay game. Rodgers is not that jackrabbit that we saw
5 years ago.
This last weekend. And let me say something. Arizona beat us twice last year.
Amen and thank you.
We beat them twice.
Payback.
And Arizona has beaten us pretty routinely, at least one game every year, probably even when Harbaugh was coaching.
And, well, you know what? They swept us, as a matter of fact, Phil, from 2014 until now. We've not won any games from Arizona. Yes, it's a 6-year drought. It was kept quiet because we hate the Hawks so bad.
There's a rivalry there. There's a toughness. It's a tough game. It's a divisional game. Listen, the Ravens lost to Cleveland. Nobody's talking about that.
They will be soon, though.
I get so frustrated with this thing. But, you know, Niner haters are going to be Niner haters, and they're going to look for a reason to knock us down.
Yeah.
But we're 9-1. I give us an A on everything.
There you go.
And you know what? we're going to beat Green Bay. We're going to beat Green Bay.
I sincerely believe that myself, Phil. I really do. Let's wait and see what develops during the course of the week before you give out any scores or anything like that. But I really don't know how a quarterback standing around the pocket is going to survive. I just don't see it.
Not only that, but you know what? I'm seeing that the crowd at Levi is finally coming around to being candlestick level. All right? The last 2 games have been totally dominant crowds. It's been great. I know Green Bay travels well, but
They get no
you know what?
They ain't
If we
saving
can
no seats
keep
for them.
those Packer fans out of there,
Yeah.
I think, you know what? We're going to bother Aaron Rodgers. He's a pocket passer. You know, I'm kind of disappointed in D Ford, but I don't see us bringing anybody up from the IR to replace D Ford.
You got DeMontre. I like that.
Yeah.
And that was his first speech. Let him warm up. He was not warmed up this past week, and he was still raising hell. I can't wait till next week and the week after.
You know, I just think, and as far as, you know, our defensive backfield, yeah, they're picking on Sherm. There's no doubt about that. But that tells you that, geez, Emmanuel Mosley and Spoon are pretty damn good.
Woo! I love that. Homegrown.
And so, you know what? Come on, let's be realistic here. We're going to kick some butt against Green Bay. They're not very good against the run. And I think we're going to come up with a game plan. I think if Kittle can play, then we can go 2 tight ends with Dwelly and Kittle. And watch us take that 8 in the box apart with those 2 guys in the box.
Oh, I mean, Phil, you're so right.
We can counteract that if Kittle's playing.
Phil,
and that's something we don't have.
And it's got to come back. We've done well. Phil, we're gonna have to pull up here though, because I started too late tonight again, so it's my fault. But Phil, keep that analysis ready. Keep that analysis ready for Friday night.
Yesterday I lost it a little bit, but boy, what a tense 2 games this last 2 games have been. I'm hoping that we blow Green Bay out just to get the haters off our back.
They'd probably still be hanging out, but that'll do it though. Beating Green Bay will do it.
Yeah.
All right, Phil. I'll look for you Friday.
All right, Rombo.
All right.
Good Niners.
Yes.
All right.
Night, Phil.
See you later.
All right. Yeah. See, that's the thing, man. All right. Dollar Bill Will, come on in, fam.
Ronbo, what's up, man?
Oh, Will, man. So I want to check out your report card tonight. As Phil just pointed out, people need to get up off the 49ers, man. Matt Miyoko, all the local beat writers, man, y'all need to lighten up. Because the 49ers in the first place, with many people we got sitting down, if we win any particular element of the game, ain't no point in passing out those D's and F's. Of course, we couldn't run, but that, you know, like Phil said, straightened me out too. Ain't no point giving no low grade on that. You know what happened. But what are you thinking? And what does your report card look like?
Man, I'm gonna have to give him a C plus, man. I ain't like the first half. I didn't like it.
It was slow coming out the game.
Too many pass interference calls with Sherman. And, you know, you're not running the ball well. You know, we really haven't been running the ball. You know, past
since
games,
George left.
You know, that's our identity. You know, you run it down your throat. And then when you put people in the box, we kill you with the pass. So we got to get that fixed up, man. But the defense played good. So, you know, they got to keep it consistent with that defense. So, and we are, you know. We took a loss with D Ford. I heard D Ford may miss some weeks. I mean, we don't know what the full report is, but hamstrings, man, they serious, man. So it's
well, you know, since you got DeMontre, you may as well let him take a week off, at least a week.
Yeah. But we'll be all right, man. You know, that D-line, we got great talent in depth. You know, DeMontre Moore and, you know, on them guys. So we got talent in depth, you know, so we good. But Ronbo, the time has come, man. You got Packers, Ravens, and Saints. Ain't no turning back now. Time to get it done, man.
That's right.
And you know what, Ronbo? I believe we're gonna get it done because these guys have been through so much adversity these past few games that they should be used to this now.
That's
They should
right.
be used to it. They done thrived under pressure these past few games. These past few games have built them up for these next 3 games. And I believe they're gonna do all right, man. Uh, Kittle needs to come. Kittle needs to play this Sunday night. I think he
Badly.
will. I think Kittle would be the key to unlock the 8-man box that the defense are giving us.
In a
So when you
heartbeat.
put Kittle out there,
Immediately.
you don't know whether we're gonna run or we're gonna pass. Kittle is the key to unlock the 8-man box by these defenses. So if Kittle plays, we're gonna run it. We're gonna run it down their throat, and we're gonna throw it on them.
Mm-hmm.
So they not like Phil said, they not good against the run, Ronbo. They not good at all. They got a good secondary. Whenever the ball's thrown, they gonna be there. They're gonna be there. So Jimmy G have to make precise, accurate throws. Uh, the offensive line is gonna have to block. So you got the Smith brothers on both ends of the line, and they bring pressure. They do. So
They're
it's gonna
getting
be up to
famous.
the line to be intact. Fundamentals got to be on point this week. Flags has to be limited, and we gotta be on our A game, man. You can't turn the ball over going against Rodgers. You can't.
Mm-hmm.
So if we do that, I think we should be fine, Rumbo. And if we continue to do that, start Sunday night on to the Ravens and on to the Saints.
Oh.
Hey, man, we gonna be looking at that first round bye and home field advantage, man. And I think the guys can do it. Like I said, Rumbo, we've been these past few weeks, man. We've been through adversity. We've been through it. And I think
back.
they built for the test now. I think they built
Mentally?
for it.
Oh.
So if the game gets a little out of hand, this coming Sunday night, they're gonna be ready, and we're gonna come out with that dub. I feel it, Ron, but I think they're gonna do good, man. I really do. I think down the stretch, all these media people, they can go to hell because they don't know what they're talking about. Rombo, everybody who works have to earn $1. You work to earn $1. They have to make a living somehow. So they either gonna have to lie or tell the truth. That's how the media people work. They got to wake up every morning, drink their coffee, and go to work and tell the truth or lie just to earn $1 in their pocket. That's how they make a living. So the media's gonna talk. They gonna say 49ers is a bad team, 49ers is a good team, and this and that. But it don't matter. They just do this to earn $1. So, but we know the truth because we 49er faithful fans and we see them play every Sunday. These guys don't see the 49ers play every Sunday. They just read off paper and all this type crap.
And like you say, they do it to get attention and clicking. Where we gonna pull up?
Right.
Let me look for you Friday. Get the plan ready. Get your score ready for Friday. What we go do Sunday night? All right.
Yes, sir. All right, Ronbo, man. Shout out to you, man. Shout out to my TNT fam, man. My player partner Dre, Trey Trez, Big Show, Russo. Shout out to the Ronbo Sports fan club, Jersey Joe, Rico, Sheik, Sue, all them guys, man. Sheik, hey man, F the Rams, Rudy, Super Bowl. I'm gonna score 3 points. They lost to the Bucs, so we be up 31-17. San Francisco 49 beat the Rams this past season. That made us 5-0. We beat them 20-7. They got Jalen Ramsey for no reason.
Yeah.
He still don't look. He don't look good to me with the Rams. He be getting caught on. He been caught on a few times.
Got beat yesterday.
And they bankrupt. All right, Ronbo.
They will. Oh God! And I watched that game because what we always do. I don't lie. I watch the Rams and Hawks games, and Jalen got beat yesterday a couple of times. Pretty funny, huh? Now he can't play. Mark. Oh, Mark. Mark might be at the gym.
I was on mute. I'm with the man, the Mr. 49 fan legend. Ronbo, hit that like.
Hey, Mark.
Sitting here talking to my damn self, Ronbo.
Were you really? But you didn't have my mic on. I do it all the time, Mark. You know, as I say, as long as you're not answering any of your own questions, you're okay.
Yeah.
Mark,
Oh, that's what my
tonight.
grandma told me. But I got to preach tonight, Ronbo.
Go ahead, let it loose. It's raw.
Man, listen. I just want to couple things. What he just said about the media. Let me cover that first. Is one of my first points. Y'all got to understand, Rumbo. Our fan base is like, we got a couple fan bases that compete with us. I know we got short time. Let me hurry up. It's Cowboys, Steelers. There's just a couple fan bases. Steelers is pretty mild mannered. Cowboys, win, lose, or draw, they think they're going to the Super Bowl. We're not that.
Every
We
year.
have just as many, if not more, fans. The media knows Cowboys. You got to talk about them all the time. Talk bad about the 49ers, that's when we get pissed. When we're good, we know we good. You can't talk bad about them to us. But when we bad and we know we bad, we tend to just take it on the chin and shut up. We don't sit there and think we're going to Super Bowl every year. That's not who we are. So they figured out how to piss us off. And what does that do? Get them tweets and get them to tune in. We tune in just to watch the BS. So that's the media. They're gonna do that just to get our attention, man.
Brilliant. God, I hate them.
So another thing I wanted to hit on, Rombo, pertaining to us exactly, man. I'm just thinking about these players, and I was really just wondering what I was going to talk about tonight, man. And the good Lord got to talk to me, Rombo. I mean, how was Jimmy Garoppolo discovered? Injuries. How do we find out about Breida, Mostert, and whatever running Wilson? Injuries. How do we find out about, it took y'all all season to figure this out, how good Debo was, but it came down to injuries. All the injuries that have happened over these years, we have discovered Quan Williams, Mosley, all these guys, man, based off of injuries. And the people in those injuries who stood up, they now know whether they start or not. They had to stand up and the team was dependent on them. So they know now how to go perform whenever we call in their number. And we got to love it. So we got to look at the adversity for all these years, man. It's paying off. All these guys we've turned over and had to go back to practice squads and all this bullshit, it's paying off because them guys want their spot. They hungry just like we are. And every time they get called on, man, they step up, man. And it's amazing. Moore, he stepped up, man. It's amazing. So it's the injuries, man. All those, you know what I'm saying? Things that we've been going through is paying off right now, man. It's a blessing to see, man. It's crazy because these guys are hungry to see our players on the sideline praying and about to cry because he got that fumble. That's just crazy, man. And these guys are hungry and they want it, man. So everything's clicking at the right time for us, fellas. Just enjoy it. We're not going to see the media talk about these things. This is only the things that we can appreciate. So we got to enjoy it. We can't let them steal our joy, fellas. We're 9-1.
Tell you. And we're getting ready to do more. Because like you say.
Oh, we're going to take Green Bay out, man.
Yeah,
we're taking Green Bay out. Like all this. Aaron Rodgers is not finna. He gonna do him, but he's not about to get off on us crazy. We taking Green Bay. I'm not even worried about Green Bay. I'm not gonna sit here and say I'm sleeping on them.
No,
but
to be thinking to get dominated by him. Oh, come on, man. That's
nah, man.
Mike Florio and the rest of them can get over. Stop.
Nah. When has Aaron Rodgers had a good game on us in the last I don't know how many years?
I know.
Like
some of our bad teams were competing with him. I know.
Right. So, but I didn't have much other than that to celebrate, man. That's about it, Ronbo.
All right. Yeah, that's good enough. So Friday night, we're going to be ready to roll as far as the scores and what we'd expect on Green Bay. So we can really get on Green Bay Friday night. So I'll be looking for you then.
Yeah.
All right,
all right, Ronbo.
Appreciate you, fam. Have a great night. Yeah, there's Mark. And Mark's like, he's putting like what you should know about grading systems and how the networks and analysts are going to look at the 49ers game. They're just going to tear it apart for what it was, James, come on in, James.
Hey, what's up, Ronbo? How you doing, man?
James, man, I'm still enjoying this win. Still enjoying 9-1. You know what I'm saying? I was giving you out report cards just because it's fun to do and just to see what people are thinking, So what are you thinking, James?
Well, I'm thinking like this. That last caller, big shout out to him. He said something that meant a whole lot about who we are and the things about discovery. And when you see players go down and how other players have to step up. And that's when you find, because mind you, if we would have never played Emmanuel Mosley, we would have never found out what we had in him. I said it last year, but at the end of the day, you see what's come out from other players stepping up. Now, I'm going to say one thing. about yesterday. Um, our defense, they are continuing to ball out. But I'm gonna say one thing I'm not happy with. I don't care who doesn't like it. It is what it is. Listen, when they cut Elijah Lee, it was 31 other teams beside us that really didn't want him. Yesterday, listen, those 2 touchdowns, Larry Fitzgerald was like, he had found out that he just had a child born. He couldn't believe that he was that wide open. Okay. then then Kayla Murray, that was Elijah Lee's assignment over there, bro. He was so far out of the play, he couldn't get back. And Murray just took advantage of it. I tell you one thing I do believe. Okay, D Ford may not be able to play for a game or two because of that hamstring situation. And I think a tweak is even worse because you don't really know how serious it is. And it may take some time. But I'm going to tell you this much. It's the reason why that Lane Kiffin of Florida Atlantic wrote 32 letters to every team in the NFL about a player that's on our team by the name of Al Shaziz. Okay? I'm telling you right now, it's coming. That guy is a baller, bro. And listen, with D Ford being out, the same thing the other caller said. We players get hurt, you're gonna find out who else you got. And when Kyle said about someone that we already know, Kentavious Street was ready really 2 weeks ago to play, but they didn't take him off of IR. Okay. Street was ready 2 weeks ago to play, and they didn't activate him because we still got some games here. Okay. But I'll tell you this much. It's not that great when we can't run the ball, but I will say this much. You take a real chance putting Nate in the box against Jimmy Garoppolo, bro. Because let me tell you something. He showed them pigeon cousins yesterday what can happen when you do that. Okay. In the last very crucial moments of the game where they figured, yeah, we got them on. They ain't gonna do nothing. We told y'all, yeah, we gonna knock them off. And what happened? Jeffrey Wilson snatched the mouthpieces out of their mouths. Okay. They were standing there looking devastated. Then they want to go for some Hail Mary from back when football first started, okay, that didn't work. And that's football for us. And I look at it right now, and a lot of callers said a lot of true things. Every commentator from that drunk behind Stephen Smith, okay, with a rug on top of his head, it's moving. Y'all look at it real good. Yeah, it's moving when he shakes. That thing is moving. But anyway, him, big boy DeMarcus Spears, who is a Drew Brees fan. I think he wanted to play for the Saints. Listen, Tom Brady went out there yesterday and didn't even score a touchdown. Couldn't pass for a touchdown. Julian Edelman did. They beat the Eagles by a touchdown. And everybody's like, oh, they're going to get it together. They're going to fix it. You know Belichick, this and that. Okay. Bro, they better, the league needs to realize, and they can see it. The 49ers are coming. We're 9-1 right now. We got Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers next Sunday night. And we almost beat them last year with CJ. Okay?
True.
CJ, we almost beat him with. And, you know, it's Aaron Rodgers is not that mobile. And I tell you what I'm seeing also, I'm not even worried about the Ravens because RG3 had those kind of reports about him when he first came out of the league. So did Colin Kaepernick. But watch them when they get banged up and hit up enough where the injuries start compiling. Cam Newton was that same way. He went from Superman to Superman drinking kryptonite just from the injuries. I don't wish that on nobody. But that's what you get with them running style of quarterbacks. And one thing I haven't seen against the Ravens. I know you got to go.
I know. Okay, go ahead.
Let's see them play where a team is hanging dead with them, where they got to constantly put up points. It's going to go bad for them. Niner Empire, Niner for life. We coming. The whole league overseas, the Niner fans know we coming. Okay? So it is what it is. Thank you, Ronbo, for what you do. And
James.
we're going to get this fixed with we're going to work something here with them little misfires on defense, but I don't care what nobody says. You can talk about me on the chat and anywhere else. I'm not a fan of Elijah Lee. I ain't gonna be. Okay. See
You
too
know,
much pitiful play from him, bro. That's
oh
right.
yeah, agreed.
That's right.
All right, all right,
Again, have a
James.
great evening. Be blessed, man. Nana Empire,
Thanks,
Nana
man.
Light.
See you this
Out.
weekend.
Good night. All right, see you.
Yeah, it is Monday Night Raw. So we got, James is right in his place. Elijah Lee needs a whooping. Give him a whooping. And he does, too, because Elijah Lee's played in this defense before. So there's no excuse for him to have done some of the things he was doing yesterday. And say that GYAPTRAS. You got to teach me how to pronounce that, though. Thanks for the contribution, too, fam. He says, we may not have Kittle playing for Green Bay or even the Saints. I still don't have trust with our receivers except E-Man and Debo. What do you think? I'm starting to like Dwelly, and I got a feeling Dwelly, the more he plays, and at some point I suspect, and they may be even saving him for this weekend, I suspect select time may return if indeed Kittle is held out for a long period of time. I can't imagine him missing this weekend's game, though, because we've got to have the run game going. And as you know, Kittle is very instrumental in the run game. So we'll see what happens. Because it's very necessary that you play. Shay Lewis. Come on in, Shay.
What's up, Ronbo? How you doing?
Shay, we're doing all right, fam. A little worried like most teams are. We're not the only one in this boat, too. Other teams have injuries as well. So everything being equal, I think we'll be okay. I don't know what injury situation is in Green Bay, but I still feel okay about the Niners. But Shay, report card night, it's Raw. You got somebody you want to call out on this team? Go ahead.
No, Ronbo, I'm actually pretty content. I think overall for everything, I'm going to just give one big solid grade. I'm not going to individually grade, offense, defense, or, special positions. I'm gonna give it a solid B. I think the Niners started off bad, like my TNT brother Will said. They started off really slow, but it's not to me. It's not how you start. I was always told it's not how you start; it's how you finish. And I think they finished strong. But I mean, granted, Cardinals are a decent team, but obviously their record shows they're lacking in other areas of what they need to be a good team. So yeah, I mean, given the benefit of the doubt, if it's like if it's the Packers, Ravens, and or the Saints, and we start like that, it's probably going to get ugly for us.
Yeah.
So, but I'm glad. I'm just really happy with the way the 49ers rallied. Down 16-0, and they were able to come back and win the game. But I'm really just concerned with all the injuries that we're having. I think when the 49ers are a fully healthy team, I think there's no doubt in my mind that we're one of the best teams in the NFL, Ronbo. That just goes, on hand. I think the Niners have proven, but it is a war of attrition. And I think the best thing is to get everybody healthy when they are available. So if Kittle's not ready, as much as we would like him to have for the Packers game, if he's not ready to go, Sanders is looking a little bit better. I know he played and he kind of, I don't know if it was the second half or I think the third quarter. Emmanuel Sanders.
Oh, E-Man. Oh, God. He looks like he's really in pain.
Yeah, Emmanuel Sanders. Well, we got Emmanuel Mosley, and then we got Emmanuel Sanders. So
yeah, we got the E-Man club.
No, but Sanders sat out. I think he sat out the second half, or he sat out after the third quarter. And he did, but he's day-to-day with the ribs. So, as time goes by, I think the rib cartilage issue or whatever will get better and better. But it was good that, helped relieve pressure on some good downs. He got out there. But I still feel confident in the 49ers. That defense is relentless. They come up every time we need a big play. They just make the play. And I think that's, obviously the defense is way better than last year, but I think that's what separates us from a lot of other teams is they stand up when they need to. When their back's against the wall, they make the play to give back to the offense, to feed off it, or, they score themselves. And I think that's what separates us from the rest of the league. You know what I mean?
I do. And our average has been taking a hit this last couple of games, but we're still got to be top 5D.
Oh, absolutely, without a doubt. But Ronbo, but this as far as scoring average. But if you look at the yards total, I mean, it's actually not that bad. Like again, what is it? Kyler Murray He had a decent game. I think he threw for like 200 yards.
Yeah,
But
well,
I mean,
actually
and the same thing
150.
with Russell Wilson. I mean, as far as scoring averages, you're right, Ronbo. It did take a hit, but as far as total yards, I still think the 49ers are ranked damn near the best
You
because
still got it.
Russell
Yeah,
Wilson put up 155 yards in the end of regulation.
yeah.
Like he didn't even do anything passing wise. Like so, but shout out to my Team T brothers, Will, Dre, Trey, Trez, Russo, Jerry Fresh, all my Niner fan, Big Show, and for you, Rombo, for giving us a platform. But Rombo,
Thanks.
I just think we hold fast. You know, Kyle's gonna always put us in the great positions. He's the best coordinator. Everybody's seeing it. On Good Morning Football, they're talking about it. Like the way the ball distribution. You know what I'm saying? Like, Rombo, real quick. What other team in the league has a fullback that catches 7 times in a game?
Not
That's
a
unheard of.
one. Yeah. There you go.
Not one. I mean, it just goes to show how good the offense is and how everybody touches the ball. It's not one star; they're all stars, and they all make their plays. But all right, Rombo, thank you for giving us the platform.
Thanks,
Best
man.
in the business. I love you, brother.
Yeah,
And,
love you back, fam.
Go Niners, baby.
Thanks,
We the
Jay.
best, man. Let's go.
All right, we going. All right, we getting there too. I'll see you Friday. All right, night, Jay. Yes, indeed. We're coming for them. They just don't know. They just don't have any idea. I'll forget about it. It's Niner Mike.
Forget about it. What's going on, Ronbo? Shout out to the Niner faithful and my man Ronbo. How you doing tonight, Ronbo?
Doing all right. You know, running around here with that glowing 9-1 all of it. Wait, Mike. We haven't had this in years and years. And all of a sudden, here we are. What?
I was going to say, I woke up feeling 9-1 this morning. You know, that's how I felt. I woke up 9-1. You know? That's how I'm feeling
so
over
much
here.
fun.
Hey, listen. I want to say, I like all the callers so far. You know, talking about different things, different points. But let me give you a little insight. All right, don't ask me how I know this information, but I'm just going to give you some insight.
All right.
George Kittle will not play this weekend. All right, so all you've got your hopes up and this and that. George Kittle will not play this weekend. He's dealing with basically the same thing that Juszczyk had, all right, and also a little bit with the ankle. So he's looking at about 3 to 4 weeks, just like Juszczyk. So this is out of it. That's why Kyle said that, you know, it's the same as last week, blah, blah, blah. Don't expect Kittle until he starts actually, you know, and then and they start, maybe they'll put a date on it or they'll put a game on it or whatever. But don't expect Kittle, unfortunately. He's not going to play. That being said, Emmanuel Sanders, hopefully, you know, he didn't re-injure himself anymore. So, you know, hopefully it's going to heal up a little bit more, you know what I mean? But you know, we're definitely going to need him. And I tell you what, Ronbo, you know, you was asking people earlier about grades. You know, if we're going to be grading this thing, I don't give a shit what nobody says. Listen, it's not about being negative, all right? These guys get paid millions of dollars to play football, all right? They get paid millions of dollars to play football. I know people that get critiqued and criticized for doing a whole hell of a lot less and get paying a whole lot less, you know what I mean?
Yes.
And they get criticized a whole lot more, all right?
Absolutely.
So we're just going to call it what it is, and it is what it is. We need to get back to running the football. The last 3 weeks, all right, everyone said, oh, well, they're just not running the football. It's on Jimmy G. Listen, it's not on Jimmy G. Jimmy G is a good quarterback. He's got to stop throwing the friggin' ball to the other team, which I talked about to you last night, right, Rombo?
True.
He's got to stop doing that, right? We all could agree to that because
we do.
It's not just the interceptions that he has, it's the interceptions that the other teams drop, all right? There was 2 interceptions in the Seattle game that they dropped. There was another interception in yesterday's game that they dropped. And listen, we just can't afford to do that as the games get more important and more crucial. Because this year, specifically, the NFC is stacked up. All right? The 2 wild card teams are 8-2, Rombo.
I know.
They're 8-2. They got one less loss than we do. You know what I mean?
Yes.
You know what I mean, Rombo?
It's going all the way down the line.
So the room for error, the room for error is very small. That being said, we're dealing with a lot of injuries right now, and it's pretty friggin' impressive what Kyle Shanahan and them are doing over there with, the injuries that we have, all right, it's pretty impressive what they're doing, and I'm proud of them, all right? But we gotta understand as fans, all right, things are going to happen. You go from having reliabilities out there to liabilities, all right? Kawan Alexander, he was a reliability, all right? Now we got Greenlaw. He can make plays. He's doing decent. He's doing good. He had a hell of a play in the Monday night game. You know, should have won us the friggin' game, in my opinion. Right,
He's learning.
Ronbo? We agree to that? Had a hell of a
Absolutely.
friggin' play, right?
He does.
All right,
Beautiful.
now, the same thing goes for this week, though. There was liability in that game, and the same thing goes for this past week. Elijah Lee, the one caller, I forget his name, all right, the guy that called in just
James.
before, or two people, whatever. He gave up that touchdown to Larry. Now, there was the other big play that the guy dropped over the middle for Arizona that he should have caught that ball. It would have been a big gain for them, and that was on Greenlaw because he left his zone. All right, these are now liabilities that the 49ers defense are having to play with, all right? How many of those we could deal with, I don't know. That's yet to be seen. But hats off to Robert Saleh. Hats off to them for what they've been able to do and putting people in. And listen, it's tough. Ronald Blair, he was playing a lot. You know,
At a high level, too.
Ford, he's
Mike?
been disappointing this year, Rombo, in my opinion. I know he's had good games this year, right? We could agree to that, right, Rombo?
Yes, indeed.
But he's been injured this year. And if anyone looks at the actual stats on what I'm talking about, he's only played in about 30 to 40% of the snaps for the defense.
He's
Ronald Blair
was doing a better
ahead.
job.
Go ahead. What was you gonna say
Well,
to
he's doing
that?
more production because he was out there more often almost. But Mike,
Definitely.
we need to hold up.
Definitely.
We need to hold up because I
All
came in
right,
too late
I'll
tonight.
let you get to the next caller.
Yeah.
Listen, we got to do our own segment because I tell you what, I could break some things down, give you
I love
some
it.
insight. You know
All
what I
right.
mean? Shout
Well-
out to everybody. Shout out to you, Rombo. Everyone hit the like button for my man, Rombo. I appreciate it, as always, you even having me on here. All right, Rombo?
Yeah, I'd appreciate you every time, too, Mike. You have a great night, and we're
All
going
right.
to hook up with that because I've been trying to get you together for a while on that. You know that.
I
All
know,
right,
I
I'll
know.
get back
We
to you
got to
later.
do it. Hey, listen, I told you, this is going to be the perfect opportunity. I'm going to be at the Packer game this weekend. Maybe we can link up on Friday. That's when I'll be getting into town up there. So we'll talk about it. I'll get
All
at
right.
you on the internet thing. All
All
right.
right. We'll talk.
All
All right,
right.
Mike. Have a great
All right,
night.
Rambo.
Night to Mark.
You too.
All right, fam. It is night to Mark. A replant in the West Coast from the East Coast. Hey, Dion, DJ.
Ron, Bo, what's happening with you, baby? How you doing, man?
Oh, Dion. Hey, Dion, tell me if you're going through this. I have this mixed feeling. It's like it's like Superman's waiting for Lex Luthor to step out all of a sudden. Lex Luthor is represented by Lamar Jackson. And the Ravens, I don't think that much of the Green Bay Packers because I know they're vulnerable to the 49ers' strengths. It's an anxiety that's building up. Every time I look at his terrifying butt on the TV, I think, God, he's vicious. God, he's going to be tough. But I mean, but as far as yesterday's game goes and all these other things, I'm just sharing that with you. But what are you thinking?
No, that's probably. Yeah, man. You know what? That's actually a really good analogy using the old Superman Lex Luthor type thing when it comes to Lamar, because Lamar is scary good when he gets out there running.
Dang.
And the issue that we have with him is that we're trying our best. We're gonna have to try our best to make sure that we cover everything. Because if we give him the lanes that we accidentally gave Russell Wilson, he'll make us pay for that. He will make us pay for that in ways we couldn't imagine. But I'm going to go ahead and get back to this Green Bay game. Now, you know what I've been hearing a lot of people say as far as when they call? You know what they've been saying? Is that Aaron Rodgers isn't a mobile quarterback. Aaron Rodgers is a mobile quarterback.
He can dance around
when
in the pocket.
when he needs to be.
That's
he
true.
He can move.
Man, he'll take
People
off.
do sleep. Don't sleep on Aaron, because I'm gonna tell you right now. I watched many Packer games. I have a cousin of mine who was a diehard Packer fan. Aaron Rodgers moves if he has to, and he is good on the move outside of the pocket. So we have to be very mindful of him getting out that pocket and not standing in there doing it. Now, will he stand in there and take a hit and deliver the ball? Yes. But what we can do is, this can be the game where our running game returns, because Green Bay sucks against the run.
I noticed
They got some
that.
pretty good DBs, I'm not going to lie.
Edge
Just
rushers.
telling you right now, they suck against the run. So this could be the game that our running attack finds its footing again and starts to go, okay, you know what, we're back. Let's get it right, because this game, George Kittle's gonna be back. You already see Akello came back last game. We already got Juice. I'm good with Staley being out for a little bit, school taking his place. That's
We
perfectly
did better.
fine by me.
Actually, Dion.
Yeah, we did better. So I'm telling you, man, this Packers game is just going to be a situation where we do what Shanahan likes to do. We run our stress zone stuff. We do what we're supposed to do, and we go ahead and we set up our pass with the run, and that's what we do. So this is going to be an easier game than people think, and as long as we play, solid, sound football, and we cover ourselves, we'll be okay, because we can stop their running attack. That kid Aaron Jones ain't nothing, man. People made, a big deal about him because he's been coming on. I mean, the Packers ain't had a running back since like Amon Green or something. Or Dorsey
How many years ago was that?
Like they ain't had no viable backs. So ain't nobody worried about, man, come on, Aaron Jones. This is a joke. I ain't worried about this kid. We'll eat him up. And the fact of D Ford being out, just like you said when you just last person who talked to you about that, we have DeMontre Moore.
I like
What's
him
the
a lot.
significance? Doesn't matter. You
Man,
really
he's a
think we're
beast.
losing? No. The only thing we're losing is a first step in D4 because his get off is nasty. But other than that, DeMontre Moore is a man-child, and he's been hungry. So you got to think about you put a hungry, this starving player in there to be able to prove to the
he's so
NFL,
grateful
to
to be
everyone
back.
that he's worth being on a roster. He's going to go out there and wreak havoc. You got DeMontre Moore and Nick on the edge.
And you say about that
'cause
quick
Nick,
step, man, DeMontre beats his man up, though. I see it. DeMontre manhandles that offensive lineman. Go ahead.
Yeah, and Nick unfortunately has been like MIA because they've been doing what? Double teaming the shit out of him.
I know, man. They got smart, didn't they?
Nick,
Dang it.
They got smart. They said, man, look, this kid is too much for one tackle, and we ain't got time to be doing this. We're going to have a tackle in the tight end or a tackle in the guard. Somebody going to have to make sure this dude don't get to the quarterback because if he does, we're done for. You know what I mean? So if you put DeMontre in, you can't double Nick then. You got to let him be free. You could try to put a tight end on either side, but it's going to kick you in the ass either way. Because you're going to be
tight end can't cover either one of them dudes.
Come get you. And then you forgot we got our two tall trees in the middle, 6'7" each, coming for you, knocking balls down. I mean, come on, man. We good, Ronbo. This game against the Packers is a joke. The game we gonna have to focus and be really aware of everything is when we play the Baltimore Ravens. I'm not even worried about the Saints. I'm not even worried about them because now Drew Brees
just
is just
Lamar. Yeah. But D, we gonna go. I'm telling you what, let me look for you Friday and see what develops because you know all kind of things can happen between now and Friday. And
I'll be back.
We'll have a better shot at what's gonna happen Sunday night. All right. All right, DJ. Have a good night, fam. Talk to you a little bit.
I appreciate it, baby. Be easy.
Thanks, fam. Night. It's Dion. If you want more Dion, we just got together last week on a one-on-one and let Dion just go crazy on you. Check him out on Rumble Sports. You'll see that video. Okay. Oh. And by the way, while I'm talking about that, hit Dion's channel too. If Dion get a chat, somebody can click you up. Dion's got content. What I'm talking about. All right. Oh my Dade City. Come on in here.
Ronbo. What's up, Ronbo?
Well, Omar, we're just sitting back here and we're contemplating what happened yesterday and the days ahead all at the same time and giving out grades and assessments of what happened yesterday and things that are fueling your thinking right now as to what to expect next. Because the 49ers, I feel like, you know, the soldier that's got a crutch, he's got a bandage around one eye, he's sort of stepping along. I'm looking at the 49ers are sort of like, I'm getting that image of them, right? They're out there just wounded warriors out there battling. But a lot of teams are in the same boat. But can we continue to keep our head above water? And your feeling about yesterday's game?
Man, I tell you something, man. You know what? Our team battled, and we played very good. In my opinion, we ended up starting up a little slow when we were down 16-0. I said, man, what's going on here? So we started off a little slow. But like we started to get it together. As soon as Richie James caught that screen pass, it changed the whole. It changed the whole game. When he caught that screen pass, I said,
But Omar,
"Oh,"
let
and
me
he
ask you a
was.
question on that. Why does it take? Oh, Richie didn't come in until wasn't it in the second quarter or something like that, or midway through it?
Yeah.
What do you think it is that's taking the 49ers so long to get started? And I know Shanahan has a thing with his offense where Shanahan's like a fighter. He throws first round, he feels you out. He be blocking,
Yeah.
throw a jab here and there, block.
Yes.
But he's not really
Absolutely.
running his offense yet. Could that be it? Or what is that?
I think that I think he tries to fill teams out to see what they're going to do. But I just think that it should put Richie James in and do more screens, do more jet sweeps and everything. Put Richie James out there. You need to put Debo out there. Hopefully, I'm not sure if Kittle's playing, so we don't know. But Dwelly played good too, though. He played good. But if
Yeah,
Kittle is in there,
he's getting better too.
I don't see why we can't beat Green Bay. I see why we can't beat Green Bay. I think they need to play Jeff Wilson more. I like Jeff Wilson. He's fresh and
he
he's
plays
fast. Nobody talks
smash
about him.
mouth. He really plays hardcore smash mouth. Get out the way. I'm coming down here. Football. You need that on a few downs. You really do.
Yes, I'm telling you. I mean, no offense towards Coleman or like Mostert, but I think we need to play Jeff Wilson more, man. But he on a I guess we have so much depth in that position. But I like Jeff Wilson. I like him since preseason. I said, man, this guy got to get the rock more. He's fast too, and he got hands. So who knows? Maybe they can throw some screen passes to him too, and just kind of like let him get in the game more.
But you know something else, Omar? Omar, it comes down to what do you look like in practice? Everything the 49ers do is predicated on if you're going to play, if we got certain plays lined up for you and all that stuff, it's what they look like in practice during the course of the week. I have a feeling Richie's apparently he's not looking as good as practice as he does in the games. I think all of them that you don't see enough of, I think they're not doing well in practice. Maybe somebody doesn't know the play real well. Any number of reasons, but
I don't know.
Yeah, Kyle's not going to keep him back otherwise.
The last caller said something about Aaron Rodgers being mobile. He was right. Aaron Rodgers could be mobile if he has to be.
Yeah, he did.
I mean, don't get it wrong. He can still run. Man, I watched many Packer games where he ran the ball. Now, the guy we got to worry about is like Devontae Adams. Devontae, the wide receiver, he's pretty good. But
if he comes out of the slot, we got him. K1 is in the slot, Omar.
Exactly. We got K1. I mean, I don't know what happened to Richard Sherman because Richard Sherman had a bunch of flags yesterday. Normally, that's not like him. But he said in the press conference that they're just conspiracy against him. I don't think there's no conspiracy.
He could be right, though.
He could
be right. That first PI was a PI, but the other one was really questionable, Omar. That was really oh, come on, guys. That was not a PI.
Hey, man, let me ask you something, man. Ronbo, I know this is a long shot. I know this is crazy. Like, how about, you say if the 49ers would just sign Kaepernick as a backup? And then we throw some gadget plays in there for him, because he can run.
But the thing is,
can
the
the Saints
whole
do
team,
what the other guy needs?
Well, let me just answer because we got to go. But could the whole team learn everything you need to learn? Because Kaepernick is the kind of quarterback, if you put him in there, you're not putting him in there to run a design play. Honestly, Cap's a one-read quarterback. Now, that means you're going to have to do something specifically that's going to work. You don't want him having to read the defense. He's got a bomb for an arm.
Yeah.
I'd send our fastest guys, I'd send them deep and let him take a shot. If they bite, he can take off. But otherwise, he'd have so much to learn in Kyle Shanahan's offense. If you're going to do it, you'd have to bring him in next year and work out a whole preseason with him.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just wanted to know, man, see what your opinion was on that. Because somebody asked me that the other day, hey, having Cap as a backup. I said, I don't know, hey, at least it's insurance policy, but you got Mullins and you got C.J. Beathard.
And they know the system, and everybody knows them, and that's why it's a project you'd have to start from scratch. You can't do it during the season; you have to do it in preseason. But by the way, Cap does not want to come in and play backup. Everybody should know he's not coming in to play backup to anybody. But we'll see what happens with him because I'm rooting for him too.
The teams Well, hey, man, just before I go, go Niners and the whole Day City faithful here. And hey, man, I hope we beat the Packers, man.
Oh.
I hope so. Hopefully it's a blowout.
Dude, yes. Woo. All right, fam. See you Friday. Get ready to give me that score. All right. Have a good night, fam.
All right. Take care, man. Have a good night, brother.
Shout out to Dade City Empire. All right. Night, Omar. And Charles.
How you doing tonight, Ronbo?
Charles, I don't know when I've had a November like this in a long time. For years, Charles, we've had Novembers. The only thing good about it was the turkey. Everything else was like, we were the turkeys, right? Thanksgiving Day sucked because we were like 2 and whatever, or 1 and whatever, and we would have a prayer. This year, it's all Christmas came at the end of September. Yes.
It's so beautiful today, Ronbo.
Yeah.
But first things first, I want to get a little prayer. I want to put my prayers out to a man on social media football player. His nickname was Sua, and he apparently was about to commit suicide.
Oh,
and I don't know his status on there. So prayers up to that man.
Oh, that's terrible.
But
yes.
Hello.
No, I'm listening. That was just the whole story.
Oh,
I was
okay.
feeling that. That's kind of. I hate to hear about anybody who takes their own life. There must have been another way. Where was everybody he knows? Why didn't they gather around him? But sometimes people keep it to themselves, and nobody can get inside. Suicide's the saddest thing ever. But go ahead.
But yeah. Anyway, let's get down to business.
Mm.
So, say I'm the teacher, and I'm looking at the report card, and I'm looking at the group projects, and I'm thinking, So the passing game, I would give a B+. Just because of those turnovers, I would give it an A+. But fortunately, Jimmy Garoppolo turned the ball over.
Well, he did.
Run game, I would give it a D.
Hello?
Yeah. Hello? I don't know. Somebody's. Okay. Don't unmute yourself, please. When you call in, hold in. Don't be rude. Don't interrupt. All right. Well, let's win. All right. Go ahead, Charles.
All right. The defense, for the first half, I would give an F. For the second half, I would give a B+.
Oh, okay.
But other than that, we played great game, and yeah, I would like to see us run the ball a little bit more, even though it's a stacked box.
Oh.
Because like Mr. Forget About It said, we can't be just one dimensional. We gotta run the ball.
And Charles, what's scary about that? Because Kyle knows this is going to be the formula from this going forward. Especially as soon as a team sees that George Kittle's not in the game, they're going to put as many bodies in that box as they can, because now they kill some of the things that Kyle Shanahan does, because most of what Kyle does stems from that run game. So if you can stop that, you can at least slow Kyle down. Because if you don't, Shanahan's play calling is going to cut you up like a surgeon, and it doesn't matter who the defense is. So this is the thing. It's the only way you're going to stop him, and they know this.
Yeah, I agree fully, but I want to see us run the ball. I don't want to see Jimmy Garoppolo throw 45 times.
Yeah, it's too many.
Because we don't really need him to throw 45 times. We just need to establish the run, have him be big on third down, and play defense. We don't really need to ask him to do much.
Yeah, but it's easier. That's easier said than done. And as you can see, the last couple of weeks, as soon as Kittle went out, it's really difficult to run. You're looking at TC.
That's going to be the difference maker right there.
Yeah, TC and also Mostert, 30 yards between them. And it's not like they had only a couple of handoffs. It's rough.
Yeah, they got shut down, I understand. But people were saying, I don't want to underestimate Aaron Rodgers. He's not made a Hall of Fame career off of standing in that pocket. So let's just not think it's going to be a walk in the park.
You know, Charles?
The match.
Here's the thing. What we've seen so far is mobile quarterbacks, and they are extremely difficult. When you have the defensive line we have, if a guy can't run away, he's in trouble. See, that's I think most of us alluding to. It's not so much disrespect to Aaron Rodgers as it is that we're built now to take that kind of quarterback down. Rodgers can run, but he's not fast. He's not a Lamar Jackson speedster. He's certainly not a Kyler Murray speedster. He's not a Russell Wilson speedster. He's a guy that can run, but he's not blinding speed. We'll catch him. And if he doesn't get rid of the ball, we'll get him. You know what I mean? So that's what I think everybody's talking about. Because Rodgers is definitely Hall of Fame.
That too.
Yeah.
I was gonna say the match of the Green Bay game would be our D line versus their O line.
Yeah.
Get to Aaron Rodgers. I expect that. I expect it to be a blowout. We're gonna get if we get to him like the way with the Chargers got to him.
See, that's what I'm talking about.
Bad.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. So yeah, Charles, get ready for Friday night, Charles. I'm gonna be looking for you then. Bring your score. Anything else you want to add, and we'll see you then.
All right, appreciate it, Rom.
Appreciate you, fam. All right. There's Charles. Hey, let's move on down here quickly to Ellis.
Hey, Ronbo. Hey, good evening, sir. How you doing?
Oh, thanks, Ellis. Good evening to you, man. I'm doing all right, man. You know, this time next year, I hope I'm saying that. We're saying 10-0 instead of 9-1. We're going to get greedy now. Can't accept. Because I still can't get over
absolutely.
that. We're supposed to be 10, Ellis. Them Hawks were supposed to win that game. They lost. They got a second chance, and it breathed life back in them. And they still walk around saying, oh, y'all gifted us a game? Last time I checked, Jimmy G could have threw about 3 or 4 INT, but he didn't, and y'all got a break. They're still talking, Ellis. They're still talking. Hawks fan, you know what I'm talking about? Ellis, I'm sorry.
Oh, man.
Get me going on them people, man. Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
That damn Seahawks game, I'm still itching behind that game, you know, because it's like this. The people have all the different breakdowns. I know there was a lot of drop balls. The thing of it is those drop balls weren't in the end zone, so there was no score. There was no points that manifested off of those catches. However, the turnovers, the 2 damn fumbles from Jimmy G and the interception, one in which went directly for a touchdown. The other 2 ended up, creating 21 points off of turnovers for the Seahawks. Now, if you take those turnovers away, let's just say hypothetically, those turnovers never existed, then where the hell else are the Seahawks going to get their money from? Yeah. The 2 field goals. So then realistically we beat them 24-6 or that's what the ending score it becomes. And then another thing, he almost threw like 2 or 3 other interceptions. If it wasn't for the Butterfingers from the damn Seahawks, thank God they didn't have their hands that night. We would have been looking at who knows what kind of odds, you know what I mean, as far as the score is concerned, and we would have never even been in that game. So it's just about, those kind of things. I feel like we still have to make sure that hopefully he's taking accountability. I know he said some bad passes, but I'm looking for him in the interviews or when they do the post-game things. I want to hear him say, that was a bad pass. This was a bad pass. I got to do better. I know I like the we thing because it's a team thing and we all got to get better. But take the accountability yourself, my man.
You've heard
Just take the accountability yourself, my man, so that you can let people know that you're holding yourself accountable and you're going to fix that. You know what I'm saying? Because it could have been a whole lot worse in Seattle. I'm just saying, But Jimmy's making up for it. He's playing.
You did hear.
We don't get off that, but
you did hear his press conferences, so he did say he made some better throws and he could make some better throws to help his teammates out, though. He does say that. Jimmy G. See,
I know.
Okay, one thing in his defense, I want to say.
The turnovers, the 2 fumbles, though, in conjunction with it.
But wait a minute.
There was
I just want to say in his defense.
4 interceptions.
I just want to say one thing in his defense, if you'll let me. You've got to give him a little time to throw. I don't know what happened to Jadeveon Clowney that week. I'm waiting for him to come back next week, but I've never seen Jadeveon Clowney play like that in the last 3 years. Jadeveon Clowney was in on every snap at the same time as the ball. He got some of those hits dead, point blank. All right. Now, granted, he should have curled up tight as he could and go down to the ground, but I still hold the offensive line somewhat responsible for that. And you can't miss the ball, and also you can't drop 7 balls and not have it have had impact on the game. If even half of those were caught, at least it's a shootout. You know what I'm saying? So I get where Jimmy says we got to do better, because not only him, but several other guys on that team got to do better too. So yeah, he needs to get his responsibility,
without question.
but there was a lot of blame to be handed out. But you know what? Watch the next game.
It wasn't just him. It wasn't
Yeah.
just him. I'm just looking at the points, basically, because it was 21 points that came from those turnovers. Let's just say that he turned the ball over those 3 times, and Seattle never scored. Then that's great. Then that means they only got 2 field goals to their name, and we still end up smoking them.
True.
You know, so I'm just saying, because the points
Because
ensued
I
off
agree.
of those turnovers,
I agree.
that's kind of the thing that I'm looking at. But there is blame to go around.
Plenty.
Let's not get that confused.
Yeah.
I 100% agree. The line, I mean, a quarterback cannot perform if his line doesn't block. If the line is not making the holes for the running backs can't go anywhere either. And then the running backs have a responsibility also to hit the holes and see the holes and, you know, execute their duties and whatnot. So everybody it's a team game, of course. But I'm just, that still
It was frustrating.
Messed with me a little bit. And
I
because
agree.
Seattle was so excited, and I heard the corner that hit that batted that ball down from Debo that Jimmy overthrew at the end. He says, "Oh yeah, we came in and we beat an undefeated team. We came in to an undefeated team and we beat them," or he said something like that. And I'm just
Well,
like,
I don't know.
man,
You know, Ellis,
y'all,
I don't know why he said that, because the bottom line in this game, even with all the mistakes and mess ups all game long, we were in position to win that game with nothing but a field goal kick. See, that's why I tell Hawks, I say, you guys won the game because you got the ball back, only because the field goal kicker missed the kick. That's all there was to it. So, because Russell Wilson, Mr. MVP, he didn't become the MVP until the fourth quarter, and he threw an INT. So, you see, all things being equal, 49ers is still a better team. So, anyway.
I'm getting. Look, I'll tell you one thing. I've been getting tired of watching Russell Wilson run from sideline to sideline, looking like a chicken with his head cut off, and then getting a damn first down or throwing these 30-yard bombs. He's been doing that shit. He's been doing that to us for some years now.
His whole
and
career.
I've been ready. I just can y'all just hit him and lay him down, please? Somebody. Just make him feel it. You know what I mean? Like I'm just he's been doing us like that for a while. But yeah, no, he's not. He's a good player. I'm not going to take that away from him.
No,
but he's definitely not the MVP. I give it to Lamar Jackson.
Overrated like they do.
Him any day.
And Lamar's going to beat him out on that this year anyway. Ellis, we're out of time though.
Oh my
Ellis,
God.
Let me see your flyer and get that score ready.
Okay, brother. Just one last thing, man. I want to see Sherman play a little bit tighter defense on the corner position, and I hope that Kyle decides to put Richie James in and give him some burn, man. He needs to run some more of those plays. I hear some guys talking about the jet sweeps and switching up the offense and going back to what we were using effectively. I think he needs to start incorporating that stuff again, man.
There you go.
And just giving us some inspiration, because it doesn't look like we got Kittle coming back, man. He needs to rest anyway. We need him long term
down the stretch.
So
there you go.
Everybody else is going to have to step up.
Bring some more of that Friday,
Thanks,
fam.
Ronbo.
All right.
Shout out to the Empire. Shout out to you, brother. I thank you.
Thanks, Ellis.
Bless.
All right, fam. Night.
All right. Peace.
And let us go to Big Steve.
What's up, Ronbo? How you doing tonight, man?
Oh, Big Steve, man. I'm concerned about the hardest part of the schedule, but I'm also thinking, Steve, them teams are probably worried about dealing with the 49ers as well. Don't let anybody think that we're the ones supposed to be scared here. That's what I'm starting to think.
No, they should be.
Yeah. I mean, we're the 49ers, man. Anybody, there's not one team that says, here come the 49ers. We can mark that as a W. No. Nobody's thinking like that. Not one team. So, yeah.
Man, I'm tired of people talking about how
49ers got that to worry about. Shh, man, they got to worry
exactly.
too. Yeah.
Exactly, and I'm tired of hearing people talking about we got to worry about this one, we got to worry about that one. I don't know if anybody else has been watching the NFL lately, but there's only 2 teams right now that are 9-1.
9-1. Thank you.
Your team ain't 9-1, then you ought to be worried about us coming in your
better
house.
Be. Yeah. See, boy.
On the flip side, I don't like that my man D Ford's going to be out.
I know.
The hamstring issue. Looks
That
like
could
he's
last
probably going to be out
weeks.
a couple weeks.
At least.
And that's what they're saying. But I'd like to see him. I want all our guys, because we got the Ravens next week after this game against the Packers. So I want all the guys that we possibly can, put on the field out there because it's going to be a dogfight.
It really is. But
regardless,
yeah,
I think we're going to take the Ravens. I think it's going to be a close game, but the way Shanahan is going to be coach of the year. I'm telling you.
He's going to have a plan, and Shanahan's always got a plan. When you forget who we got for an offensive coach, you don't worry so much about the Ravens. Because he knows what he's going to do with that defense. Shanahan probably already knows what he's going to do.
Oh, absolutely. And you could see it yesterday. We were down 16-0. Don't forget, too.
I know.
You know what I mean?
Comeback.
For a team that we only have one loss, we were out there looking like one of these bad teams that's getting spanked on a weekly basis. But we came back. We came back because Shanahan's a genius. He's a mastermind, and he's right up there. I'd say he's right up there. And I don't want to say because everybody's got all the New England fans. If anybody's listening, New England fans, hey, listen, I'm from New England. I get a lot of heat around here.
Steve, the thing is, Belichick is all about defense. You're talking about McDaniel because Belichick's going to kill you with his defensive brain, and Kyle. If you were to say Bill Walsh, you might get people say, "Hey, wait a minute." But Belichick, he's got respect for Kyle. He's actually probably intimidated by him because he said he had a meeting with Kyle after that Super Bowl that he had to come back and get the Atlanta Falcons. So.
Well, who did, Bob? Bill Walsh?
No, Belichick. He was impressed.
Oh, Belichick.
Belichick's thinking to himself, "I'll take your best weapon away from you, and we'll take it from there." And Belichick tried to take Julio out of the game a little bit, right? Man, Matty Ice was hitting everybody else on the team, not named Julio. So
it's been an interesting couple weeks for the Falcons, man.
They're starting to look good, aren't they?
That's an interesting game too, because the Falcons. I mean, they got that history with Shanahan, so. Yeah. That's going to be an interesting game to look forward to. Just like the Redskins, I feel like the Redskins wouldn't have had that much success stopping us on offense if they didn't have that history with Shanahan. But
the rainy conditions slowed the 49ers offense down too. I think more.
I think that was most of it. Yeah, absolutely.
But still,
I mean, let's talk about these guys that showed up yesterday, man. I didn't get a chance because I know you had a lot of callers yesterday. But I mean, dude, Jeff Wilson balled out there. Ross Dwelly, man, I didn't even get to talk about him yesterday. 2 touchdowns. I mean, Kittle's
3.
been out.
They called one back,
He's been
remember?
doing a pretty good job.
Mm.
I'd like to see my man Pettis step up, though. That's too bad about Pettis.
I've even forgot about him. God.
I felt like everybody kind of made up for all their missed drop catches, I should say. Kendrick Bourne had a beast game yesterday.
Didn't he?
He did. He really did. I'm happy about that.
He's going to get more chances this weekend, too, because you're not going to play E-Man a lot against Green Bay. So Kendrick may be that X factor if he can continue what he did yesterday.
Hey, as long as he can hold on to that ball, man, we'll be all right. And for the people that are talking about Rodgers being mobile, he may be mobile when he has to be, but, dude, if we were able to contain Kyler Murray yesterday, I think Kyler Murray's a lot more mobile than Aaron Rodgers is.
3-4 times more.
So I think Aaron Rodgers is going to get eaten up. We're going to be eating them sack lunches tomorrow. Next Sunday.
I really do. But he's got to get rid of that ball pick. And they're going to try to run little short screen plays and stuff like that on us. We got to be ready for that, though. Because honestly, Steve, teams know better than to sit their quarterback back there talking about count 3, count 2, down 1. He will be killed. And that, so you got to get out of the pocket or get rid of the ball quick. Those are your options. There are no others. So.
And who does he have for weapons, really? I mean, aside from Aaron
He's got
Jones,
Devontae.
And he's going to get eaten up, too. How we
he's going on slot. Steve, we ran out of time already. Let me see if Friday we can talk more about this game and get scores in and everything else, all right?
I'll be calling back after we celebrate that win over Green Bay Sunday night.
You can get it before the game, too. All right, fam. I'll see you Friday if you get some time.
All right, Ronbo. Shout out to Ronbo Sports. Shout out to Nine Empire. Ronbo, thanks for everything you do, brother.
Thanks,
for giving us a platform to call in.
It's a pleasure.
Talk about the Niners. I don't really get a lot of that out here. Everybody's a New England fan, so
I know,
I'm on the other side of the map,
that area.
holding it down for the Niner gang, baby.
You are special for that reason, especially the Patriot country. Thanks, man.
Those Patriots fans, they're spoiled, man. They're terrible.
You will beat them soon.
All right, Ronbo. I'm going to get up out of here.
All right,
you have yourself a good night, fam.
You too.
Thanks.
Hey, Big Al. Big A. That's even more fun. Big A. Big Al.
Ronbo.
Big
What's up,
Al.
Ronbo?
Hey, we got a place right on Broadway called Big Al's. It's a club. It's been in
I
San
know you
Francisco.
always say that.
I love it.
In
Every
the
time I
city, yeah.
call you, man, I'm reminded of Market Street and Big Al's.
Yeah, I'm actually from the city too, man. That's
Oh, so
funny.
you already
That's
know
funny.
about Big Al, that big gangster sign up on that corner. Broadway and Powell.
Yeah.
Well,
Yes,
hey, so go ahead, fam.
Man, first off, I know we got kids on the line, but few callers back, man, talking about get Colin Kaepernick. What the hell? We moving forward, man. We ain't that Colin Kaepernick is done. We not doing that no more. That's over with.
Yeah, he's
We
got to
got
come in
two
and start
solid
fresh.
backups now. We moving forward. We ain't bringing back no ex-Niner players. And just short and sweet, man. The person who stuck out to me, Debo Samuels. I think he's gonna be a star, man. He's gonna be a star.
I agree.
I've been hearing all these Hines Ward comparisons. He's got a little bit of Anquan Bolden in him too.
And he's got that's Jerry Rice's record he captured too. Rice had in his rookie season had a couple of games like this. And look at Debo. He's got 2 last week and this week. Got it, Debo.
I really enjoy watching him play, man. And just real quick, I haven't got a chance to get in, man, because it takes so long to get on with you. But just to touch on Seattle real quick, I hate that we lost to Seattle at home. But
Especially
again,
the way we
McGlinchey and Staley, I think Staley is coming to an end. And, Jimmy played pretty well considering he was under pressure under the rest of the whole game, man.
Extreme pressure, not just regular pressure.
Yeah.
Extreme pressure.
Yeah, and I agree with you and everybody else. Richie James got to get more snaps. He has to. He has to. But besides that, man, we got Green Bay coming in. Aaron Rodgers, he's still salty that the Niners did not draft him, so we cannot sleep on him. He's gonna come in.
Al,
he's a Bay Area kid, man.
But Al, everybody keeps saying that, but Al, it's been so many years. Do you really believe he's still mad? I want to ask him so bad. Aaron, you've had a great career in Green Bay. Are you still mad? I want to know. Everybody says it. I believe it to some degree, but I can't really. Wow, a Super Bowl and everything else.
He want to don that red and gold, Ronbo. We got 5 championships.
Did.
Joe Montana, Steve Young, man.
Yeah.
But and this lastly, Jimmy's gonna be good. He got 20 games under. Be patient and take something from Aaron Rodgers. Relax.
I've been trying.
Relax. He's going to make mistakes. He's a young quarterback. He's 26, but he's young in his career.
Yes. 17 games, 20 games to his credit. Let him grow a little bit. And a lot of people don't want to excuse him from. Yes. One little mistake, and people are all over him. Wait a minute. This is the first year really under Kyle Shanahan's offense, which ain't easy. So, what God.
Exactly. And a lot of times you can tell that certain plays that are drawn up by Kyle, Jimmy is expecting the receiver to get open or be open.
Thank you. A lot of people don't understand that concept. He's throwing to spots. Yes.
Yeah. And with time, when he gets more experience with the NFL starting, you're a starting quarterback in the NFL, he's going to get more experience. When the play breaks down, he's going to be able to improvise. Okay, let me go here. That broke down. So that's going to come with time. People got to relax.
Mm-hmm. But you cannot be under the 100-mile-an-hour rush in that situation either, though. Either that, just go ahead and dump it then, But those play breakdowns are exactly what you said, probably 90% of the time.
Yeah. And he's coming off a torn ACL, so you got to be patient.
Missed a year playing. Didn't even play a year.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So, but that's it, man.
Our IRP to Dante Pettis, man. That was, I had high hopes for him, but it's not looking good this season.
Did you RIP Dante?
He got to stop watching soccer and playing with the cats. He need to get his ass in the weight. Excuse my language. He got to get in the weight room this summer, and I'd like to see him maybe work out with T.O. Go get out there with T.O. and get some, get some of that dog. He needs to take him to Compton or something. He needs to go in the hood. He needs to go,
eat some barbecue and sit down in the wrong neighborhoods.
Take it to a cookout.
Have
or
dudes
go
running
hang out with him and our Debo and Debo from Friday. They need to take him to LA, man.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Get some collard greens, drink some 40s, and then hit the bench press, man. Because he just don't got that dog in him, man.
And them dudes is running. Hey, bro, hey, you got $1? No, man. Okay, give me $10 in. You want an ass whooping? You got to get mean, Dante.
Yeah.
God.
But again, Ronbo, we last thing we talked about that. Dante grew up different.
In a very
grew up
sheltered.
A little different,
Yes, he did.
Very sheltered. His father's, always had money. But he'll be okay. I just don't want to see him go somewhere else and become a star.
That's what's going to happen
I want to give him one more year.
All right, fam.
Yeah.
I'm gonna see.
But anyway, Rumble, I'm seeing like a 30-17 Niners.
So hold it though. Cool, there may be some developments between now and Friday. Well, I can put you down for 30-17, but you can change it come Friday. All right.
Okay. Hey. Oh, and lastly, I was just scrolling on IG. It says Jason Verrett and Street are looking like they're ready to return this season.
Oh, yeah.
So
I know.
We got some reinforcements coming.
It's all about whether they want to move on that. All right, fam. Have a good night.
All right, Niners. All right, later.
All right, later. Big Al. And Mark Lamar, thanks, fam. And he says Rogers equals mobile if food truck restaurant. Rogers equals mobile if food truck restaurant. Mark. But I got to think about that. My production, they understood it immediately. I've never seen a fast trucking food truck, actually, until I was coming up on my third or fourth serving, especially in burrito trucks. Boy, they can't stay long with me because they didn't bring enough food. Ow! Hey, Emilio!
What's happening?
Emilio, today we're taking that, it's Monday Night Raw where we take shots at things and appreciate or not appreciate something and giving out report cards on that game. But Emilio, you gave us some of mostly what you was thinking yesterday. But if you was going to grade the 49ers from top to bottom, what grade would you give them?
Well, I'll give it about a C-, B+. A-, B+. Just because we had a couple ups and downs. And, had a horrible first half, and then we ended up exploding in the end. So that's just my hard take on it.
Hey, but Emilio, let me ask you a question, though. Do you appreciate the growth in the 49ers as far as, they would have lost that game last year, and they would have lost a lot of games last year. They've come a long way as far as learning how to win. Everybody kept talking about that last year. 49ers don't know how to win. They've been losing them games by 3 points, 4 points, 5 points. We done set a new record for getting a butt beat by a couple of points. You notice that is take it the other way this year.
Well, no, they did learn. It's not even that they learn how to play, because we have definitely choice. So it's just more than if we have we have a lot of injuries now. We have to play to replace them is what it is. Last year we didn't have nobody. Yeah, big player going out, the next player out. So we were down to a third string quarterback. So it's just we didn't have nobody. And a lot of last year we kept getting guys off the street to play defense. Now we have a whole bunch of players. We have enough. So if one guy gets hurt, you got the other guy to step in.
And he looks good.
It's just not a nobody. It's the name we know. It's not just nobody. It's like, who the hell is this? Where this guy come from? We were all doing this a year ago. Like, who the hell is this guy? Now it's totally different. Now it's like, Andre Moore is there. Okay, we got Ricky James Jr. from receivers. You know, we got a whole bunch of them. You know, they're on the bench. We know that they got talent. So that's what it is now. We got talent on our bench, which is crazy. Even on the practice side, we do have a lot of talent out there. But it's not a bunch of nobodies anymore like it used to be.
Yeah. Them Trent Baalke bench dudes that you pray they don't have to come in the game. Trent, where'd you find them dudes, man? Oh, no. So, you know, we're not going through that anymore. So I'm grateful for that.
No, like I said, that's a good thing. Now it's not that. We're like, oh, who the hell is this guy? Who the hell is that? I was like, what?
And it was so bad, you felt like you go out there and do a better job, right?
The team is actually winning. It just happens when the team is winning and you got guys with the hunger to want to win. It's also makes a difference.
And, you know, guys that like, from bench people, guys that are second-line players, are coming. Look at Dwelly. Dwelly is not fantastic, but he's contributing. He's giving us points. He's doing a good job in blocking. He came in and did a good job. Not so much for Kittle, but he did a pretty good job in place of Kyle Juice, right? And now he's making. You see him making key plays when he does. So I really like our second string guys. Richie comes in and does a great job. We didn't even know Emmanuel Mosley was as good as he is. Actually, we did know he was this good last year, but he got hurt. See, this is the thing. Yeah. Lynch is a bad dude, man. Them dudes are pulling some players. Undrafted free agents and everything else. Look at Matty B. That's a bad boy.
That's the crazy part. A lot of, we got like 4 or 5 undrafted players on this team. It's just crazy.
George Kittle, a 5th-round draft pick. Dude owns the NFL as far as tight ends go. I ain't want to try to hear about what's his name in Kansas City.
Now, he's the best tight end. Before him, it was Gronk. So now we have the best tight end in the NFL.
And then when Gronk left, it was Kelsey. Between Kelsey and our guy, I'll take George over Kelsey because George does so many more things. So.
No, hey, you got to think about it. George took over Kelsey's spot this last year too. So, I got the most receiving yards of tight end. Kittle said, not so far, not yet.
I
Look what happened. He ended up taking it.
Wait till my game is finished. Uh-oh, I gotcha.
Not bad.
Hey, here we go. Hey, you got my message already. I'm going to see you Friday for your score and everything and see what develops between now and then for this Green Bay game, okay?
I think we should be the cheeseheads. We'll talk about that later.
We will. All right, fam. Well, good night.
We're going to make Swiss cheese out of those foods.
Oh, it's time to get mad. There you go. All right, Emilio.
All right.
Good night, fam.
All right, Ronbo.
Oh, man. Hey, it's Shalio.
Hey, Ronbo, how are you?
Shalio, I'm fantastic, fam. How you doing, man? You know, you're 9-1. We're supposed to be feeling real good, but we're going to get spoiled soon. Shalio, this time next year, we will think the 49ers are supposed to go 16-0 if we don't calm down. You know? Like, 9-1 is fantastic. I'm still mad about the Seahawks, but still, 9-1 is the best in the league if you ain't the Patriots. So, you know, feeling great. How about you?
I'm feeling good about our team, man. This year, we stepped it up better than last year.
Oh, God, miles ahead. But again, what's your grade for yesterday's game, though? If you had to give it between A and a C, a 1 to 10, or what do you think? Are the 49ers deserving of a thumbs up, a medium sideways thumb, or a downward thumb? What do you think?
I think I'd give it a B. Not too bad, not too good. You know, just right down the middle. I think the receivers did their job, got the balls that were needed. Kendrick Bourne stepped it up. Debo did very well again.
Excellent.
And Richie James is showing that he needs to be in the starting lineup instead of doing punt returns.
You know, if anybody asks, if they took a survey around the Niner Empire, all right, between Richie James and Dante Pettis, who are you voting for the Green Bay game? Oh, poor Dante. It'd be embarrassing.
I don't know what's going on with Dante, to be honest with you, Rumbo. I don't know. I just don't know what's going on. I mean, do we have to every time he catches the ball? Do we have to pay for like a kitty donation or something?
Hey, Shalil, maybe he's not happy with the 49ers drafting all them wide receivers. I don't
Maybe.
know him we don't know him that well. Maybe he's sensitive to that kind of a thing. I don't know.
Well, I mean, I don't know, Rumbo. He just needs to catch. It's just the dog in him, I think.
Yeah,
like Debo has some dog in him.
He's like, yeah.
Kendrick Bourne too, a little bit of dog.
Oh yeah, Kendrick. He smiles a lot, but that's a vicious dude. He's got to be more aggressive. That's the thing. I don't see
more aggressive.
Yeah. Oh well.
There's no aggressiveness to go after the ball and catch it. I see that a lot from Debo and Richie James. Richie James got a little bit of dog in him too. We need guys like this, that are going to go after the ball and
then go yak.
Take it to the house.
Be yak crazy. Off me. I want to fight.
You know who Debo reminds me of?
Bolden.
Combine him and former 49er Garcon.
Garcon, and he's got Garcon's speed, and he's got Bolden's will to move. Boy.
Yeah.
That's a combo.
The physicality and the speed.
Yeah. He would be the hybrid between the two of them, right? Put both of them together, and you got Debo. He's got to get bigger and stronger, though. See, another couple of years of weight training with the 49ers, he'll be getting up there. I want to see him walk around them Anquan Bolden arms. You know what I'm saying? Anquan's arms look like most people's legs, man. Him and Bowman could have had arm contests. Ooh, the boys had some guns.
And a lot of people are harping on Jimmy G. Today I was watching the Chargers and Chiefs game. Phillip Rivers had like 4 interceptions and 1 touchdown. So, I mean,
I know.
I mean, Jimmy had a better game. Yesterday, Jimmy had 4 touchdowns and 2 interceptions.
See.
So we already. He's still a rookie. Jimmy G is still a rookie. He's still learning the offense.
20 games in his
He's gonna get better. He's slowly making progress.
He's got to learn.
Like he game by game, you could see his game is getting better. Like it's okay. You already know he's gonna make an interception every single game. It's prone to happen.
And here's the thing, though, Shalil. This is also due to the offense. It does actually set that up. If you're going to throw receivers open, all you need, you notice since E-Man came that never happens on him because he knows how to handle this kind of offense. If you're supposed to be the spot, you better hustle your butt because the quarterback's, his job is to put that ball in the spot to make it convenient for you to make a play. Now, if you're dragging ass, if you got the route wrong or something like that, Jimmy, where he's going to get better is he's going to see that his receiver's screwing up, and he's going to go to another option. But you can't make that decision. You got that long to do it. So what everybody's blaming on Jimmy G, it may not be him. So this is the thing. But later on, as you said, Jimmy's going to learn in this complicated offense. He's going to know when to pull the trigger, and when that guy gets back to the huddle, what the hell are you doing? If I'd have thrown the ball, we got picked off. Move your ass. These are the things that they got to be worked out. It took Matty Ice a year, and he hated Kyle that first year. And this is Jimmy's first full year under Shanahan. What we're seeing is nothing new with Kyle Shanahan.
Yeah, he's gonna blossom. He's gonna blossom. Not this year, but next year he's gonna blossom into a real. Like he's already gonna know Shanahan's plays. It's gonna be easy, simple. Like at one point, Kyle's just going to be like, "Yeah, you just take over the game, call whatever."
And Tyler's going to improve too. That's the thing with his receivers. Not only him, it's a two-way street with that kind of game plan. Receivers got to be on it. He's got to be on it. They both got to be on it. Timing's got to be right. But if this offense works, it's unstoppable, Shalil. That's the thing. Oh, we're out of time. Shalil, we're out of time, fam.
And one more thing, Ronbo.
Real quick. Please, real quick.
We need to take our time we can't rush guys. Like, look what happened to Joe Staley. We rushed him. So we got to take our time. And
Okay.
Jimmy G's about to play a full season.
Okay.
So
it's
shout out
late,
to
though.
Niner Empire. Later,
All right,
Rumble.
fam. All right. Night. Jim.
Night.
All right, Jim.
Hey, what's up, Ronbo?
Hey,
Real
Jim.
quick tonight,
Yeah,
just want to point out some obvious points. A lot of your callers make really intelligent points, and I love it. And I just want to apologize for making a really bad observation last week, just the other day, about saying the Niners be flexed to Week 17 prime. There is no Week 17 prime. I forget that every year that there's no Sunday Night Football in Week 17. Yeah. Does anyone else do that? Like, is that just me?
No. Well, actually, no. I haven't heard anybody say anything about Week 17 yet. It's a little too far ahead, I guess.
As far as like prime time, like they don't have Sunday Night Football on Week 17.
Yeah, it's usually Saturday night or Saturday games and Sunday games.
No, Week 17 is all Sunday.
Is it all Sunday? Because I know that
all Sunday games day.
I know, but the thing is, I think
every single year.
Yeah, but you know what? I'm not sure. I'm just thinking the final week there's no bye week, so they try to get everybody in, and I think they divide the schedule up into 2 days. I could be wrong, because there's no Thursday.
It's all Sunday.
There's no. You're sure?
Almost guaranteed. I'm positive. Okay. It's all Sunday, Week 17.
Because there's no Thursday night game that week.
Or wild card.
Remember, there's no Thursday night game that last week, and there's no Monday night game. So it's a lot of games. It's a lot of games on Week 17. But you could be right. But go ahead.
Yeah, and so I just that last game was really hard to start off watching, but it became a really awesome game. I mean, I was up and down, getting out of my seat. Couldn't stand still for almost the entire first half until we scored we got the 10 points, I think is what we got. Right before halftime. And I thought that Juszczyk was the key to our running game, but I'm starting to think like everyone else that Kittle is the key to unlocking that 8-9 box, and I agree with that.
Yeah.
I think that also Jimmy plays his best in situations where he's getting knocked down, he's in pressure. He showed me, I think it was week 2 against Pittsburgh, where we won on that pass to Pettis late in the game, where I think those seem to be the best wins for the club as far as momentum. They like those late game wins. They don't seem to be getting off on dominating a team as much as winning the last second.
Yeah. The first part of the season was dominating, but now it's down to the last 3 or 4 minutes. True, I hate fourth quarter wins, but yeah, you're right though.
They seem to be like more charged after the game though, and the whole team. One of my favorite players coming of this season reminds me of another player, Jaworski Tartt. He is becoming one of my favorite players.
Isn't he getting good?
He plays different. God. Oh, he's so good. He reminds me of another player that is not the same position, but Bowman. Just the way he creates turnovers. He strips the ball the same kind of way, creates those same kind of goal line turnovers, and he's definitely become one of my favorite players on the team as far as overall, not just on defense.
And you know what you can really appreciate? You know, him and Jimmy Ward are usually gone by now, the last 2 years before this. They're still on the field. They're still out there. That's just, God, it's great. Ward had a sack yesterday.
Go ahead.
No, I'm just saying, Jimmy Ward had a sack yesterday. I mean, these guys can play ball. I've been trying to tell people, listen, man, these guys suck, man. That's somebody we need to get rid of right now. I said, you know what, though? They're actually good football players if you just keep them on the field. Sure enough, they're both producing this year because they've been out there for 11 weeks. This is a long time.
Majorly, they've been producing. They've been shown. I don't know why Tartt's not on the Pro Bowl list. He's shown me as much as Williams has.
What's the strong safety position? There's a lot of candidates. Maybe that's it. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. One last thing. I guarantee you, the game against Baltimore, they're going to be hyping it up as a Super Bowl preview.
Yep.
Just wait. Because I don't want to see the Ravens again because I think we have our most challenging games against those QB. I mean, let's be realistic. Their quarterback is MVP. As I think everyone is kind of going that way right now.
Oh, he is. And way better than Russell Wilson. Way better. If I'm going to go MVP, I'm voting for Jackson.
Okay. I could go with that. I think they're all. It's all. This is not going to be a runaway MVP year by far.
Anyone?
Spread out.
Yeah, that's true.
And so, yeah, that's the last thing I had to say.
All right. Well, good stuff, man. Okay, good timing too. We're out of time. All right. Hey, Jim.
Okay.
Jim, right? Hey, Jim, get back to us. I'll be looking for you Friday. Okay.
I'll be back.
All right. Have a great night.
All right, man.
Hey. Harold.
Hey, what's up, Ronbo?
Harold, man, we're dissecting and grading yesterday's performance. Looking forward to the future as to some of the things that are lagging right now, and you think could improve or get better between now and tomorrow, please. I mean, can they please get better overnight? Don't wait until next week. Do it now, because this Green Bay game, another star is going to be born. It looks like every week a new star is born. We saw Mosley come out. We've seen Richie James yesterday. I mean, we've seen. What really cracked me up was we've seen KB was reborn yesterday. Wow! But what are you thinking?
Yeah, KB redeemed himself a little bit this week, so that was good. That was good to see him bounce back. But as far as a new star, I think we're going to see DeMontre Moore be that new star this week.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And we already knew he was good because I didn't want him to get cut in the beginning.
Me either.
Anyway.
I was like, whoa.
There's only so many.
DeMontre?
Yeah. But I think he's going to be okay, man. He's going to come in and help fill that void. I can't even think of his name.
What position?
On our edge. Our edge.
Oh, you talking about D Ford?
Yeah, D Ford. Yeah, I think he'll do a good job filling in for D Ford. And of course, we still got Bosa, and we're not going to be chasing a little running around squirrel like they were calling them. Yeah,
that's Forrest
we're
Buffett
be
calls
right.
him. Yeah. It's all about strategy and scheme to get these guys who can run. And Sal and company, they're pretty smart guys. They'll figure this one out. But Aaron Rodgers is not Lamar Jackson. He's not Kyler Murray, and he certainly ain't Russell Wilson. He's dangerous in his own way, but like San Diego, or should I say the Chargers, you can go get him. Aaron can't get away. But yeah.
And then I think everybody knows and sees now that Debo is going to be our future at the wide receiver.
Ain't he?
He is the most reliable person out there catching balls right now outside of the injured Kittle and Sanders.
Yeah.
So he is definitely that next guy up. Dwelly, I was very happy with Dwelly last week, catching 2 tons.
And they called one back.
And he had one call back. You know what I'm saying? But he's doing a good job filling in. I want to see Richie James get some more touches, man, get some more opportunities.
Everybody does.
I think he can do well with that, man. And then we gotta take the pressure off of Jimmy G, man. Like I think for the situations he's been put in, learning Kyle Shanahan's offense without Sanders, without Kittle, I don't know what we're expecting out of him. We're expecting perfection. You know what I'm saying? He with the mistakes that he's made, he still put us in position to win the game in Seattle, and then he still won the game for us this week. So, I mean, he's going to make mistakes, but I think his biggest attribute is that he doesn't get down on himself. You see quarterbacks, throw an interception, and then they get down and he comes right back out and keeps throwing that ball, and he scores. He usually comes right back from it. So. Give Jimmy G a break, man. He's gonna be all right, man. He's gonna be all right.
Crazy. He's not a gunslinger. So that's the thing, Harold. He's not a gunslinger. Jimmy G is confident in what he does. You picked me off this time. I'm coming back. He threw through some tight windows yesterday. After that INT, he was still putting that ball, threading needles. Hell, some of them pockets and windows he was throwing through seemed like they were smaller than the ball. He still got that ball into the receivers. This is why I know that is a star. Let him get a year or so under his belt, and people going to stop talking about Jimmy G. Oh, they going to stop. That's guaranteed.
Just imagine what it's going to look like when he has a healthy Debo, he has Debo, a healthy Kittle, and a healthy Sanders. What are the teams going to do?
Next year, there's nothing they can do. Because all three of those guys will be used to Kyle's system as well, all those receivers. Jimmy will be more efficient as well. That offense will be unstoppable next year. I already see it coming. Whew.
Yeah. And then on the other side of the ball, man, the only thing I could complain about with our defense is playing good. The only thing I can complain about is we just got to figure out the RPOs, the run pass options, and these running quarterbacks. We're gonna get a break from it this week, but we're gonna see it in the playoffs. Probably we're gonna see it a couple more weeks this year. Yeah. So that's the only thing we need to figure out on defense. Other than that, they're doing great, man.
I know, boy. Lamar Jackson, I can't wait till that game is over. You know how you can't wait till we do a game? I can't wait till that week is done, man. Lamar scares me. That boy scares me.
And I hope we win this game. I have no doubt that we're going to win this game, but I want to win it by at least 2 possession scores.
A comfortable margin.
At least,
right?
Yes. I don't want it to be close because I want everybody talking about the Niners saying we handled the Packers, a good playoff team, and give us our props, man.
They'll make excuses though. Well, the Packers didn't have this. They didn't have that, and Rodgers was having a little problem with, but they'll be having all kinds. They can't give the 49ers a clean whooping. It's crazy. That's all right. We'll get it. Anyway, fam. I'll tell you what, if you get some chance Friday, I'm gonna look for you then as we make predictions on the Green Bay game scores wise. All right.
Yes, sir, man. I'll be calling in.
All right. Be looking for you too. Have a good night, fam.
All right.
Yeah. And there he is, Mr. Virginia, Nighthawk.
What's going on?
I was waiting
Ronbo?
I was waiting for that, Nighthawk. Nobody says my name like you do. Nighthawk, good to hear from you. And we're sitting around here thinking about yesterday's game a little further, wondering if you're going to give them a grade between A to F overall. Now, what would you grade the 49ers?
I'm going to give them like an A on the defense. So, I give them an A.
All right. Because keep in mind, they did come from behind. And, last year we couldn't come from behind on any team. We got behind, that was it. Teams just start whooping us, and we wouldn't catch up. They just whoop us all the way to the fourth quarter. So we've come a long way, Nighthawk. A long way. We're a different team now. Yeah. Nighthawk, now here's the thing. Every week we seem to see another player that's going to take over the game. And this week it was Debo with some cameo appearances from Kendrick Bourne. Dwelly was a playmaker this week. We had this team, Nighthawk, is built so well now, it can take all kind of beat down. You got George Kittle watching the game.
Jeff played too. Jeff played good too.
Who? Oh, Jeff. Hey, thank you. That's absolutely right, Nighthawk. Here comes, Jeffrey, I always forget his last name. Williams? No. I call him Wilson. Jeffrey Wilson Jr. hasn't played all game long. Comes in on one play. Ball was thrown behind him a little bit, but then Kyle explained that play too. That ball, Jimmy was actually thrown to a spot on that one too. They got to get that down. Anyway, here's Jeffrey Wilson Jr. running to the position, turns around, makes a catch a little behind him, and did you see him run to that? Damn it! Now you see him run to that end zone. Oh, he was not going to be stopped.
Yeah, I mean, he did good. I mean, I was like,
your butts
I was like,
home.
where the hell he came from?
Tell you, he's sitting there the whole day waiting for his shot. When he got it, he delivered. We ain't got no weak people on this team. Ain't none. Well, there's Dante.
But Pettis, I don't know. He needs. I don't know.
We got to stop picking on Dante. You know what he said a couple of weeks ago when he had that winning touchdown? He says, "Hey, how about I wonder how the haters like that." Dante, he knows he knows people to talk about him, Night Hawk.
Yeah, I know. I mean, like I said, we can give one more chance to him, but he needs to. Do something.
You know, you want people to stop talking about you? Then make us shut up. Do something special.
Well, that's what I'm saying. If you're going to make us shut up, do something.
Because you know how much I like Dante Pettis? I was supporting him big time last year, all year. I said, wait, look out. Dante Pettis is going to have a George Kittle year number 2.
Yep. But the MVP, I think Jackson deserves the MVP than Wilson.
If things stay the way that they are now, he will get it. It's a one-man wrecking crew.
If I had to pick an MVP, I'll pick Jackson over Wilson.
I know, right? And even for no other reason that we don't like Wilson. He's a good ball player, though. Honest, I can tell the truth. Wilson, I'm so tired of Russell Wilson. But that is a dang good ball player. He really is.
No, but they just got lucky because if we did not miss the field goal, we would have won that game.
Agreed. And Hawks fans, y'all know it's true too. Hawks fans are all up in my grill. I mean, I go to Twitter, and man, because I said, man, the Hawks is a joke. Dude comes back and says, yeah, well, how do you guys feel being beat by a joke? And he got me.
Oh, you know what? We're gonna get them back. We're gonna get them back. We're gonna get them back in Seattle.
Yeah, I know that revenge will be sweet, won't it? If we beat them boys in their house for the first time, Nighthawk, we've not beaten the Hawks in that place. Shoot, I believe, man. You know how old Nick Bolt? Nick was just a baby when last time we beat the Hawks inside the clink. Our starting edge rusher. His mama was putting diapers on him. Nick Bosa diapers, boy. Oh man. So we got to beat him in the clink.
Yeah, but you know what? God. Next Sunday we're gonna be ready. We're gonna be ready for the Green Bay Packers. We're gonna be ready for them.
We're gonna be ready, fam. Now let me holler you out here and let you go get some rest. I'm gonna see you Friday for your prediction, all right?
Okay.
All right, fam. A Niners for the night.
Yeah, before I go, hit that like. Nighthawk is out.
Yeah. Nighthawk. My dude. And we now move to, oh my goodness, it's Jorge and Chloe. Look at them, what they wearing? They wearing that number. Let's go on Chloe. Ooh, hey, sing it. Ooh la 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 la.
We got the lyric like ooh la la.
She's got it down. Hey, and Jorge,
yeah.
We got the company night. I thought Chloe's busy doing all kind of things. She hanging out with us tonight. I'm delighted.
Yeah. He slid in.
Hey, how was that trip last time? She was on her way somewhere. The next morning, she got into bed early.
My trip was really fun.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. That's what it's all about. All right. There you go.
Yeah. Had a big,
and learning things at the same time. I love it.
Hey, listen,
I like that. I like them jerseys, by the way. I'm gonna get one. I'm jealous. You know. So listen, how do you two feel about yesterday's game. And if you noticed, since you're wearing that number 97, did you see the Cardinals double teaming the 9-7? He's a rookie. The dudes are double teaming Nick Bosa because he can affect the game. I love it. They can't do it every week, though. What do you think, Jorge?
Well, first of all, the game has lots of evident flows, and I seen Bubba Parrish talk about it. And man, let's just talk about like these last two games were roller coaster rides.
Yes.
And I know a lot of the fan bam, they were talking about the grades, and they've been kind of like, there's a lot of areas we can look at, but you know what, I the Niners, I'm gonna give them A+ on resolve. They'll rope a dope your behind, man. They will. They'll get you. You know what I mean? I think Muhammad Ali, they'd be like, we're gonna rope a dope them, and then like Greenlaw interception, they'll punch that ball out like more, you know what I mean? And we'll score more,
Absolutely. Absolutely. We be beating them every which way. It's just like Jimmy said, we find different ways to win. But that's the bottom line. We win. So, Hey, by the way, the last team to beat Aaron up really good has the same elements as we do. Crazy edge rush and nice downfield protection, right? I mean, coverage. I think there's going to be several sacks this week. We may get up to 5 or 6. Since we almost seem to average 5 sacks a week, we may get more than that this week. Because Aaron, man, he's got mobility. He can run, but he can't hide like the rest of them dudes can. Lamar Jackson and Kyler Murray, I mean, we're talking about guys who moves like cheetahs. Aaron can't move like that, though. We're going to get him.
They got crazy speed. They're still, now, mind you, we still can sack them. We can do the numbers, and we're sacking them. So if we can chase down that fast dude, I got it. Aaron Rodgers couldn't run around. But we chasing down them dudes and sacking them, we can be sharp and know, like, okay, he's kind of mobile, but we ready to sack him too. You know what I mean? He's got to go down too.
So true, Jorge. And in fact, our guys got to look at Aaron running around. Man, this dude is so slow. You've been watching Russell Wilson running around, and you're watching Kyler Murray running around. And then there's Aaron. Aaron, man, you got to be kidding, man. We're going to give you a chance on the next snap.
I believe this is kind of a blessing in disguise where, like the other callers were talking about how all these players have stepped up with the same elite mindset and got up in there, and they've been doing their job, and we're being battle tested. We're chasing these fast quarterbacks all around, and you know what? Hey, you know what? If D Ford gets a break for a week or two, guess what, man? That's like a bye week. He didn't, you know what I mean? Like he just kind of gets graced with. You know what I mean? And some of these guys are a little tired, probably chasing these fast quarterbacks around. I don't know, but I think that's all going to come together. That's why Kyle's being patient. He's going to puzzle it all in for the end. You know what I mean?
Hey, we're just lucky we got DeMontre Moore to help Nick out. He's on that other side. Because losing Ronnie Blair was serious, but DeMontre Moore, he brings so much heat off that edge. We probably be okay with Moore. So I still want to see Valaga brought up, though. If they bring him up, boy, I knew it. We got some backup for the backup. Yeah. Hey, what else, Jorge? Because we got to pull up. I'm going to see you on Friday if y'all get a chance. Love it when you guys come in. What else you want to add?
We don't hold you up. We know, in all good courtesy, we know we got other callers, and it runs late for you, and you probably got to eat your pizza or something.
You know me, don't you? I like cold pizza. It's okay. All right, Jorge. All right. All right, guys. You like Chloe? Jorge.
Much love, Uncle Ronbo. Love to all the fam. We see you. We love all those callers out there, especially everybody all over the state, man. Y'all got cool accents, and you representing the Bay. That's what's up.
That's what I'm talking about. Love y'all, man. Hey, good night, Chloe. Jorge. All right. It's the return of Jesus. Jesus.
Hey, yo, you hear me?
Hey, now I can hear you. Yeah. Come on in, fam.
Hey, Ronbo.
Hey, I'm listening. Go ahead.
Hey, you hear me?
I hear you loud and clear. Hey, you know what we're
Man,
talking about today, man.
I like to give I would like to give a shout out to my boy Russo SF49.
Yeah.
Niners by Nature 88.
Yes.
And J Run and Shark Attack. So
That's what I'm talking
those
about.
guys are my folks. Josh 1, 2. You know what I'm saying?
I know what you're saying.
Josh
Is
won?
Russo up? Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'd like to give a shout out to my boy Josh 1.
All right. Today it's so peaceful in here today. As the Hawks fans don't want to talk to us today, Jesus. Pretty funny. I don't understand.
Man, I'm trash talking man.
I thought we was becoming good friends. Boy, Jesus, I'm telling you, man, these dudes will be coming here.
Man.
I mean, they be coming in here thinking we're going to lose, and they want to see us. They want to be with us. Because they left, you said last minute or two, you couldn't find a Hawks fan. Boy.
Right.
Got a
You know
lot
what
of
I'm saying?
nerve.
Man, I'm like the security up in there, man. I trash talk them.
Good. Hey, I recommend not only Jesus, but give Jesus a hand on give them folks the verbal beat down. I don't even got to tell Dre.
You know?
Dre gets carried away. I love it.
Oh my goodness, man! I love our 49er fans up in there, man. The faithful, the Empire. We humble out here, man.
I tell you.
You know what I'm saying? What I like to see Jimmy G honestly do, I like to see him be a little bit more mobile. You know what I'm saying? With the little scrambles in there, you know?
Yeah. You know though, with Kyle's offense, he's gonna bust out of there if he sees a complete open. But Kyle's offense is important that he stay there and read the field. Kyle said something about that. I read about him like 2 years ago. He wants a quarterback that stands, reads the field, keeps his eyes downfield, even if a truck is coming at him. That's why he likes C.J. Beathard so much. Because C.J. will stand there, and you could be driving a Maserati at him at 200 miles an hour. The dude won't move. He's keeping an eye waiting for his receivers to break. This is dangerous. But that's what Kyle Shanahan likes. And this is what Jimmy's trying to do. He gets it done for the most part. He may move if he has to just to get a better angle, but he's not going to be running around too much.
Oh, most definitely. You know, especially what happened last year against the Chiefs. You know, I'm not trying to restart that up again. You know,
I forgot about that.
You know,
yeah.
but you know, I don't want to bring that up again. You know, but I would like to see him keep the
play alive,
keep the
extend
drive
the play
alive. You know, with him running. You know, if we can't convert, you know, try to do what you're able to do. You know, we could slide. You know, hopefully, you know, they don't do the helmet-to-helmet contact to him, you know?
I know, because they've done that a couple of times. You know, he used to be able to, he used to feel pressure and move. As I say, I think Kyle made him stop doing that. Remember that game he played, the first game he came in against to take CJ's place? Remember how he was moving around that pocket? The Hawks was coming at him 100 miles an hour. He didn't even look at him, but he could feel the pressure. So he moves a little bit to his left. He's directed his receiver to go, 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 go. Boom! He hits Lewis Murphy with a touchdown. I said, oh, yeah. We found our quarterback now. You know, but Shanahan made him do Shanahan-style football, so he's a little different now. But we'll be okay. He likes the offense,
almost
too.
Definitely, you know. Hey, if I'm not mistaken, man, you know, the 49er fans in that arena erupted when Jimmy G scored that touchdown, even though it was like seconds left on the clock, you know, even though we were going to lose that game, you know, the fans erupted, you know, they didn't want to see C.J. Beathard, you know. I think they even cheered him when he got injured.
You know,
and I was like, dang, you know, saying, like, I didn't say nothing, you know. No, I didn't say nothing.
CJ,
you know, I wasn't a big fan of us getting Jimmy G too. I know the 49er fans are gonna chew me up for that one, but you know, I was
a lot of people weren't though.
Second, you know.
Yeah, no, a lot of people didn't like They didn't know nothing about Jimmy G. Didn't like him. You know, all they know is he comes over to the Patriots, and you know the Patriots are famous for not having good quarterbacks, and they just end up going places after they leave New England. They can't play no more. But Jacoby Brissett is doing good, and then you got Jimmy is probably the best of them all. So you know. He'll be okay. Hey, but you already know that.
Yeah,
now.
Because yeah, most definitely. You know, I think Matt Hassel, right? Was it Matt Hassel?
Matt Hasselbeck.
Like the one
he's counterfeit.
Yeah. He was decent. You know, he wasn't the best, but you know, he was a really good backup when they needed him.
A backup's okay, yeah. But anyway.
But yeah, but what I like to see us against the Green Bay Packers is for us to keep Aaron Rodgers in the pocket. Do not let him get free, on those big third downs, especially when it's like third and 2,
I hear you. He says we got to go, but I almost can promise you.
It's just going to kill us, man, especially with their defense. Their defense is pretty good.
It is, but I can almost promise you he's going to be under siege that whole game, guarantee you. He's going to be under pressure the whole time. He can't move around like them other dudes. He will be under pressure. Anyway. Jesus, hey.
Oh, most definitely, especially with the number 1 defense. The NFL still ain't giving us our credit.
Yes.
These critics, like you said, are not giving us our respect. Haters gonna hate. We're 9-1 for a reason.
That's it. Best record in the league next to the Patriots, but we can't get no respect. That's all right. We're getting a little bit now, but not enough. It's like everybody's talking about Lamar Jackson.
I don't want it no more.
Me neither. Let them keep hating. I'd rather they do that. You agree? Jesus, let me see Friday, fam. We get ready to give the scores and everything else we're gonna do.
Hey,
right?
what time's gonna be the your podcast starting on Friday?
Right. I usually try to come in around 6:30, somewhere between 6:30 and 7:30. But I'll write it in on the promo before the show starts.
Yeah, because I get up at 8 o'clock, 8:30 on Friday.
Oh yeah, we'll still be guaranteed. We'll still be going. All right.
Oh, for sure, my brother.
All right, fam. Jesus.
All right,
see you Friday.
Ronbo, I love you, man.
Thanks, fam. You know I love you back. See you Friday. All right.
All right, brother. Go Niners.
You too. All right. Hey, let me say, it's Russo.
What's up, Ronbo?
I'm in a good mood, as you can see. I can't stop acting silly today. I've been acting silly since last night. Waking up in the middle of the night, going to the bathroom, singing, ooh la la, ooh la la, la la. Russo, I got to tell you the truth. I know you were confident. There was a point in that game, and people got on me about that yesterday in the chat, too. Ronbo, man, you gave up the game, man. In the first half, sound like you was done. Hey, as Russo calls it, I just thought about it. I want to apologize for that attitude yesterday, and I promise you that's not happening again. All right, Russo, go ahead, fam. What are your thoughts?
I wasn't there for that. I missed that. I missed that part, but I will tell you what, Ronbo, and I have facts. I have it. It's in the internet world. I can take screenshots and show it to anybody that wants to see it. When Jimmy threw that pick with about 4 minutes left, everybody that was in there, like those random fans in there, everybody was kind of trolling, saying, oh, you guys suck, Jimmy sucks, blah, blah, blah. I said, no, the defense is going to get us the ball back, and Jimmy's going to win us this game. 100%. I have no doubt in my mind that Jimmy's going to win the game.
Ooh.
And I literally knew it was going to happen, Ronbo. There was no doubt in my mind. That's what he does. It's becoming very apparent to me that when it's a very high-pressure situation, and especially when he's coming off making a bad play, when he does something that's his fault, which, we can be honest, that all his interceptions, they're not all his fault.
No.
But maybe half of them have been his fault, or maybe you can argue 60 or whatever percent of them are his fault. He always comes back with a bounce-back play after he makes a turnover. And it was just all set up.
Every time.
I mean, the defense was playing great the entire second half, so I was pretty confident that Arizona was looking to burn our timeout. So they were just going to run the ball. They were going to be conservative. And it was going to come down to stopping a third down play, which they did. And I just knew Jimmy could do it. Like, we saw versus Seattle. If we had Robbie Gould in that situation, I think it's a different storyline. The team might be undefeated. And, he's still learning. So, he's going to make some mistakes. So people just got to, I didn't see what you said, or I know what some people have said, but you just have to, play for play. When something goes wrong, just don't, sometimes you got to keep it inside and not just, jump down his throat or someone's throat, oh, someone dropped the ball. Oh, he dropped the ball. Cut him. He sucks. You know what I mean? People are going to make mistakes. So, I don't know. For me, I just wish that people could, let things play out a little more before they always are ready to be so judgmental about everybody.
Let me ask you one question, though. You know what? I was not worried about Jimmy so much. The offense I wasn't really worried about. I was scared because the Cardinals were rolling on the 49ers defense with an ease in that first half that really scared me. Because every time they just rolled down the field. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
They're doing that with an ease. It's got me a little worried, fam. I got to tell you. And I was thinking, oh, my God. So that's where I got scared. And I got to admit, I was scared.
But, I mean, you look at it who are the two guys that names that people have been like, man, I want to see more of this guy. I want to see more of this guy. Richie James, we were down 16-0. He had the screenplay that he busted open. That got everything going. Once that play happened, everybody, like the whole team, you can see them like exhale, take a deep breath, like, all right, we're going to be okay. It's like we couldn't find that play just to even get positive momentum going. And when Richie James busted that play, it was just like, okay, now we know what we're doing. And then the last play was Jeff Wilson. He's the one that got it in to seal the deal. And these are the two guys that, like, every week people are like, man, I want to see more Richie James. I want to see more Jeff Wilson. They get called in for one play, and they just step up and
they deliver. And they deliver.
Yeah.
What is?
And guess who else? Made the play when it mattered? Demontre Moore. The guy comes in and he forces a fumble in the final minutes of the game when we need that ball. And this is how you build a championship team. Is when you have these bottom end of your roster guys stepping in for limited action and they're making impact plays. And that's how you win your division. That's how you win your conference. That's how you win a Super Bowl. So, I mean, I just don't know really what else to say other than, like, every week this team is just going to find a way. Like Jimmy said, some weeks we're going to run for 200 yards. Some weeks I need to throw for 400 yards. But we don't care. As long as we get the win, we do not care.
That's right.
So,
ridicule, complain about
for
individual
me,
players.
That's all I'm looking at is just ways to exploit matchups and by any means necessary. So. Yeah. If you're all about stats, go play fantasy football. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They have all these different different apps and leagues. You can join play fantasy football if you want 500 yards. Go draft Patrick Mahomes. He can be your quarterback.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You can go get him. But if you want to win football games, you want to win a Super Bowl. It's a team sport, and there's no me, there's no I. It's not about stats. So
it's about winning. As a matter of fact,
that's it.
Russo, what happened on Monday Night Football? I was busy. I didn't check that. Who won the game?
Oh, tonight? The Chiefs won, yeah. It was Phillip Rivers had four interceptions, and they just had every chance to win the game. He just keeps giving the ball away. He
did that last week,
he's
too.
He's getting old quick. He's got the Eli Manning effect going on.
Yeah, right? Fall apart overnight.
Yeah, I don't know. And the Chiefs didn't even really look good, to be honest. They just kind of didn't play as bad as the Chargers. That's really all it was.
I'm glad I didn't bother watching that. But anyway.
It really wasn't worth watching.
But Russo, you pointed out some things.
I think it was 24-17. 24-17 was the final.
Even him playing that bad. But you pointed out some things that I was trying to allude to earlier. I said, you know what? It's not always going to be the frontline players going to get it done. It's like Jimmy says, we're going to get it done the way we read. And I'm gonna make a post up later. The Expendables, Sylvester Stallone's movie. Who's our Expendables? You just named 3 of them, and I'm gonna throw Kendrick Bourne in on that mix too. He was one of the Expendables yesterday too. These are guys that if they have to cut players, these are the guys. Demontre, he's gonna leave when what's his name gets back, probably, unfortunately. Richie James was he was in trouble early in the season, it seemed to be, but he earned a spot. And on and on. It's about Jeffrey Wilson. He had gotten cut and they brought him back, right? It's just amazing.
Yeah.
And these guys getting it done for us. I love it.
And you even look at Chase McLaughlin. Like, I understand everyone's really mad he missed the last kick, that big kick. But since he came to the team and, like, an emergency signing for Robbie Gould, he's made all his extra points. He's made 4 out of 5 field goals. And they're basically all above 40 yards. So,
there you go.
I mean, that really sucks. He missed the one to end the game and make us perfect. But if you really look at it, like, if you sign a kid off the street who's a rookie and he's going to make all his extra points and 4 out of 5 field goals, I mean, I'll take that. I mean, there's some teams that are struggling big time.
And if he would have made that field goal and Robbie comes back next week, he's got a job coming immediately. Right. Russo, we got to go. Right. And
all right, bro.
Great to hear from you. Russo, SF 49er, you'll see him in the chat. Click him. Russo's got all kind of content. You can see this guy knows all there is to know about football. Russo, I'll see you Friday if you get a chance.
All right, bro. Good catching up. I'll talk to you soon. Have a good night.
Thanks, man. Good night. And you'll check out JT.
Hello.
Hey, JT.
Hey. And what's up, Ronbo?
JT, man, we're sitting back here and resting on our laurels. We're enjoying the fact that we're 9-1. We're looking back and giving grades for yesterday's game. We have valedictorian, saladictorian, pizza Victorian. You know what? If I had to give my pizza Victorian out, who would I give it to? I might have to give it to Kendrick Bourne. Kendrick Bourne shocked me yesterday. JT, My boy KB, I'm so proud of him. Ho!
Kaboom is fucking. I'm sorry. Kaboom
Just be careful.
Kaboom is the man when it comes to the red zone. I have to give it to him, hands down. When it comes to the red zone, when we need the points the most,
yes,
I rely on Kaboom.
I kept
Kaboom
calling
is
his
the man.
number.
KB.
JT, as soon as we got down to the end zone, where's 84? Get 84 out on the field, Kyle. Get him out there. As soon as we got anywhere near the goal line, boy, Kendrick, JT, he gets in and out of a route so quick. Every time you see him, you see the defender falling down, trying to keep up. Every time you see the defender fall down, get his balance, it's too late. It's too late. Boy, touchdown, Niners.
Yep. Hey, you know what, Ronbo? And every time I see him score, I'm just like, and you know what? I'm not taking credit for the name someone else called him. Someone else some weeks ago called him Kaboom.
Yeah.
I like that.
I like that
and
too.
I just been calling him KB Kaboom ever since. Kaboom.
That's what happens.
Kaboom, you know,
Touchdown. Kaboom.
He gets it done. He gets it done. But you know what, Ronbo? I'm gonna touch base on something real quick. There was something I was thinking about.
Right.
You know, with the injuries that we got, you know, right now, you know, I was thinking, you know, Jerick McKinnon. You know, I love to see him come in and play because I'm curious. You know, I've seen him play with Minnesota and all, but
you and me both.
I'm just so curious
what he
to
looks
see
like.
what he can do in Kyle Shanahan's offense.
Same here. But everybody's got him getting dismissed yesterday because of his salary next year. But I'm still curious as to what he would look like with them bullet-like moves he's got and them cuts that'll take you, boy, and get him on a linebacker. Yeah. The linebacker has got and he's got good hands. You throw a ball out there, McKinnon's going to catch it, and then he's off to the races. I don't know what they're going to do. I mean, next year it's going to be tough.
I'm going to tell you, this is what's going to happen. I just heard somebody say, I think, I don't know what I was watching earlier, but they were saying something about he was going to probably, that his injury is probably a little more serious than what most people thought.
And he might not recover?
And that he may not recover from that injury.
Yeah. Because his game is predicated off his speed and ability to cut. Yeah. He's got to be able to do that.
And I was thinking, what better replacement to put in if we're going to lose McKinnon, what better replacement than to just have the three running backs that we got? I'm tired of putting Jeffrey Wilson on the practice squad or putting him through waivers for letting someone else pick him up.
To take a chance to take him. We're lucky we still got him. You're right.
Yeah. Because the way he ran that ball and the way he caught that ball he damn near caught that ball on the side of his head when he caught it.
I know, you know.
It was just, yeah.
He was so on his way to that end zone and put this game away.
This is what I'm proposing right here. I'm proposing that the 49ers next year, we keep Breida, we keep Mostert, Wilson, and Kevin Coleman. That's what it's going to be right there.
That's what it is right now. So
yeah, that's what it is right now.
Yeah.
I mean, why we gonna risk losing a guy like that?
I know, you know, I don't want to see Jeffrey Wilson leave.
I don't want to see Jeffrey Wilson. No,
and he would be the guy.
He's too valuable.
Yeah,
he's too valuable of a guy.
You know, JT.
You know,
the thing is, they already paid 2 years. They paid millions of dollars to Jerick McKinnon, and they want to get some of them. They want to get a return on some of this investment. So look for Jerick to be in camp next year. Now, if he can't recover from his injury, then of course they got an out. Otherwise, man, Jed probably telling them all that, man, don't play with my money. You got to see what he can do, you know. So, you know, I don't know. It's a scary thing. That's a lot of money.
Well,
'Cause they
I
paid a
don't know.
big sum.
It was just a thought, you know. I don't want to risk losing the guy, man. 'Cause
I
that
don't
guy's too
either.
explosive to me. The
I'm
way he
right
just
with
ran
you.
that ball, he just looked like a man possessed, like he was just hungry. And
I didn't
that's
want
what
him.
I want. I want hungry football players on the team.
Yeah. And you know what? We run out of running
You
backs
know?
every year,
Yeah.
JT. We run
And
out of
as far
every
as
year.
I think someone was saying something on the chat earlier that I caught earlier. And I'm not gonna take credit for that because I'm just gonna piggyback on what that guy said on this chat earlier. What was he saying? He said something of oh damn it, what was it that he said?
What was the subject?
I just brain farted it. Let me see.
What was?
When we play the Packers next week, you know they're gonna be trying to stack the box. And you know we're gonna just keep on saying that Kittle's gonna be injured, and then when it comes game time, we're gonna have Kittle out on that field, and that's gonna open up the running game right there.
You know what? You can't. You have to fill out the injury report at some point. You don't have to give the final injury report until the game. You can call it a game time decision. Oh, they can say game time decision though. So yeah, that would keep the Packers' game plan. They won't know what to do unless they have some insider that can say George Kittle, he won't be there this weekend, so we can go ahead and.
But I mean, if we had George Kittle out in the field, I mean, we'd be damn near clicking on all cylinders.
Oh,
again.
we would not have lost to them. Sorry, Hawk. You know, it's okay. Because this is good. The rest of the guys are going to learn. George being out, we're still winning. There's some guys we're getting in there. Dwelly looks a lot better. He's learned a lot, and that's going to be valuable later. You know, there's all kind of things that are going on now that could be of a benefit later. It's good and it's bad.
Oh, exactly.
So it's okay.
Well, then we're going to have a 2 tight end set pretty soon and everything.
See? That's what I'm talking about. We got to look at that silver lining in that cloud all the time. We'll be all right.
Yeah. Not only that, we got 2 guys coming back from IR, Contavious Street, and Jason Verrett. And you know, I know Jason Verrett got burnt that one. You know what? But I'm not giving up on the man.
No, I know, but I tell you,
I have this feeling. You know, he's got all this time to recover.
Yeah,
we gonna see it. If like Kyle Shanahan said earlier, if you know some guys get hurt in their respectful positions, those guys are gonna fill in.
That's it. Next
man
up. And the way Mosley's playing, though, I tell you, boy, it's going to be rough. Anyway, hey, fam, we got to go. JT, let me see you Friday. We get ready to make predictions for this game, okay?
All right, Ronbo. Better Empire.
JT. Have a good night, fam.
All right.
Oh, man. Let me go ahead and see what's going on this chat. All right. I love Rogers equals mobile if for food truck restaurant. I love it, boy. Yosef El Bebe's. The 49ers have overcome a lot of adversity. They are ready for any team. Not worried at all. We will make the playoffs. Just got to win out from here. Boy, that's good. Jerry Rice says the 49ers are going to win out from here. I'm a trusted Jerry. Jerry called the other game we won. Boy. Miguel Cuevas say, hey, Ronbo, 9-1, baby. Love to all the 49ers Empire. And Luis Espinoza say, shout out to all the Empire chapters for making big noise at Levi's. I feel our run game's going to bust out again versus the Pack. Much love to the faithful from the 559er Empire chapter, Visalia, Central Cali. We're going to be, we're going to be a nervous wreck Sunday. Is that Big Show? Wait, let me see what Big Show's talking about. Big Show says, you don't pay a guy like Jeffrey Wilson big money. You don't pay a guy like Jeffrey Wilson big money. That's the unfortunate part of the business. If Keyshawn Vaughn, Jonathan Taylor is on a draft board, even DeAndre Swift or Najee Harris, yeah, see, Big Show's he's got a point. Although, Big Show, I think Shanahan likes to train. He can take a running back with just the most basic of skill. Guys that didn't even stand out in college, although Matty B did, but something happened to him his final year at school, right? Him and Turner can take an average running back and turn them into a star. I think they're always going to rely on that because they can manipulate that kid with raw talent and turn him into something special. But I do wonder, how would they do with the premier running back? That kid that's over in Oakland from Alabama. What if Kyle and Bobby had him? Ooh. Or Zeke. Howard. Some of these running backs that really are seriously tough before they even get to the pros. You do have to wonder, don't you? Dave Johnson says Eric gets the franchise. He ain't taking less. Yeah, and he shouldn't. Eric Armstead wants the max. God, he's done a lot for us this year. He has played at the level, and I tried to tell. Oh, I love to tell you this. I tried to tell you. Don't prejudge Eric Armstead. What you're seeing there is he's got nobody with him except for Defoe. He needs more. His chemistry with a couple of kick butt players. Look out! Sure enough, here it is. I know. Hey, Ronbo, don't start. You know I'm gonna start. J-Dub. J-Dub is looking like a force out there to safety. And that's why the 49ers coaching staff tried to tell you. I tried to tell you. And I just tell you what, as John Gruden would say, knock on wood if you agree with me. If he stays healthy, he'll be a force all year long. We've got him going into week 11. Man. Kowalski and Dub they've become centerpieces of that defense. God, I'm loving watching those dudes play. All they need to do, stop breaking bones. And hey, shout out to the new training staff we got. They've made a difference. Players are leaving, but they're not leaving for the entire year. We got a couple, but normally we have like half a roster sitting on, we're done for the season list, James Brown says, I'm happy you didn't throw your headset this week. I'll be getting upset, don't I? I try. Because I couldn't get over that game yesterday, man. Kyler Murray was moving that offense with ease. Listen, just get ready for it. It's like I said yesterday, or during the game, I've been saying this for a couple of weeks. It's over for the Hawks. Russell Wilson's not going to get younger every year. And there's nobody on the bench that's going to come in and take Russell Wilson's job. The Seahawks got another 2 years to look like anything. After that, it's Jimmy G versus Kyler Murray for the next 4 to 5 years. There's going to be some moments we're going to be mad as hell. Rams fans, I ain't got nothing to say to y'all, man. You tried to buy a championship, and all them dudes, you had your 2-year window. 2 years closed. You got in. You got blown out in the playoffs the first year. The second year, you got embarrassed. And now you look like butt. You smell like butt. You look like butt yesterday, even when you was beating the Chicago Bears. Nobody knows how you won that game other than the fact that the Chicago Bears are awful. Mitchell Trubisky, him and his first round buddy, Trubisky and Goff, both of them could get backup jobs on most teams around the NFL. They're just not that good. I think either one of them could have to back up Dak Prescott. And you know how I feel about Dak Prescott. I don't care what you say about Dak. He's a man that if he didn't have Zeke in that all-star offensive line, he would be also in the same boat with Goff and Trubisky. How do I feel? No, I wouldn't put Jimmy in that basket. I'm answering my own questions. What did I tell you about that? Don't talk to yourself and answer your own questions. I better not start. Then you'll know I'm not really well. Who is it that doesn't know I'm not a well man? Yeah! Fam, hit that like, I love you. Friday night, let's talk about what's going to happen this Sunday night as we get ready to face off against the Packers and see if we can gain some respect. Because at this point, we can't lose to these teams, or the media's just waiting for us. We could be 13-0 or 13-1. You lose that 15th game, they are who we thought they were. Oh, why don't you people go straight to shut it? Okay. See you Friday. A Niner! Lisa, good night.